My aimers. Welcome. Welcome back. I'm gonna drink coffee loudly into the microphone, and you're gonna listen. All right, audio tech, turn the music down. Thank you. He's so good at his job. I love it. Can you switch the song to An Amber Cloud from the Halo 2 soundtrack? Damn, he's quick with it. All right, awesome. New audio tech. I pay him like $60 million a minute. He's so rich now because he works for me in this incredible production we do here. I love that guy. Love him. Tim. Shout out Tim. He does good work. Tim, can you switch scenes? Let's get the stream started. Oh, he fucked it up. He fucked it up. Hold on. Tim, switch back to the starting scene. You fucked it up. Yeah. No, yeah, you fucked it up. It was supposed to... Sorry about him. It wasn't me. 10 times. Yeah, he's on trial. He's on trial. Hey, there we go. You fixed it. Good work. Good. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to the highest production stream of all time. I am your host today, Rejected Shotgun. We are doing some Halo modding today. Prepare yourselves. As you can see right here, we have the Space Phantom, the Space Banshee, which is low-key kind of blending in with the regular Phantom right here. That's just a poor choice of background decoration on the part of Tim, who's really fucking everything up today. We'll see how that keeps going. Anyways, we got the Space Phantom, which looks awesome. And today, we're gonna make it as functional as we possibly can. Now, I did do a little bit of work off stream, which I will show you now. Come with me. So, yesterday, I learned a harsh truth about the Space Phantom, okay? The harsh truth that I learned is the following. The Space Phantom is a regular Halo Reach Phantom, but it's scaled up approximately 1.5 times. And it has a cool headphone thing on it, it looks cool, I like it. However, a harsh reality I learned is that when Bungie decided to scale the Space Phantom up to 1.5 times the regular Phantom size, they did not do the same for the turret. They just didn't. Now if I Google search Halo Reach Space Phantom, and I look at an image of it, you're gonna notice something silly about it, okay? Okay, that's a terrible screenshot. Hold on, let me find a better one. Here we go, better. So Bungie took a regular Phantom, they hit the scale button and they typed in 1.5. And I'm gonna have to turn my webcam on for this. Hello, good to see you. This was the end result. This is what the Space Phantom looks like in Halo Reach. And you might be like, Mr. Shotgun, my modding overlord, what is wrong with this thing? I will tell you what's wrong with it. Look here. You see this? That is the teensy tiny turret on the front of the Space Phantom. And guess what? They didn't scale the turret up 1.5 times. No, no, no. The giant spot it's supposed to slot into, scaled up with the rest of it. But the turret, that's a regular scale Phantom turret, which means it is laughably hilarious in scale compared to the rest of it, which got a 1.5x scale increase. All this time it's small, it's tiny. It is so small. But what I did is I made it bigger. So I scaled the Space Phantom turret up 1.5 times in order to match. And this is the actual appropriate scale for it. Were it to be, you know, done accurately to the scale of the rest of the vehicle. And I think it does look a lot better. Tiny PP, now it's big PP. No more tiny PP, now we have big PP. And the sad reality of this turret as well is because in Halo Reach it was, this vehicle was only ever intended to be seen in space, you know, you were never supposed to see it anywhere outside of the cockpit of your Saber. There aren't complex animations for it. So I decided that is epic cringe, that's a legal term, and I went ahead and I re-rigged the turret, and now it's got this like fancy thing to it where it opens and closes. Look at that, it can go wow wow. And I'm gonna make that a firing animation. So every time you fire it goes pshoo, 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 and never did that in Reach because it was never intended to fold up and inwards. So, not to brag or anything, but I've got to do it the most way now. Monday, thanks for the 2. I appreciate it. Thank you. Side note, Gunbear said, where's the side guns? We're doing that today. We don't have those yet, but we're doing that today. Now, I think of it, you said the textures changed, but the Space Phantom still has a pretty different design language compared to the Halo 3 Phantom. If we're considered porting the Reach Phantom. I don't really have a reason to. I want to keep the vanilla Halo 3 Phantom. To be honest, I'm glad this is using the Reach Phantom as a base because it differentiates it that much more from the base Phantom. However, a couple people actually yesterday made a very valid point, which is right now all the lights are on this thing. I do not have the lights turn off yet. I'm going to make it so when you get in it later, the lights will turn on when you get in and power it up. But this one does have it, and there's a massive, massive downgrade that the Halo Reach Phantom got, okay? I don't make the rules, I just observe. Look at this. See those lights? Hi, Weasel. See those lights? Iconic. You know what the Halo Reach Phantom does not have? Those lights. Dude, it looks naked, bro. Put the clothes back on the Phantom. Why does it not have those lights? Now, I know some people might be like, that's a small detail. They're wrong. Completely wrong, even. Massively wrong. That is cool. That makes me sad, and I want to cry a little bit because it definitely needs it. Weasel! Sorry, she's being loud today. She's just doing Weasel things. Yeah, Peppy's here, though. She's being cute. But I think that needs a massive upgrade. Space Phantom has Halo 2 stylized lights, so does unique silhouette. Well, Space Phantom has its own unique set of lights, actually, which is similar to the Halo Reach set of lights, but it's got a bunch of extras because, I don't know, it's cool and fancy. I don't even know if the Halo Reach Phantom has these lights. I think this might be a Space Phantom exclusive, which I'm a fan of, personally. I think it's really cool. I like it. I dare say I like it. And yeah, overall, it's pretty cool, pretty fancy. No complaints from me, so even the turret has some unique and cool lights on it. Wait, I'm a member? You probably are. We've gotten so many memberships over the past few days that, honestly, let me take a look really quickly because I think it's possible we are at our highest member count ever because we have gotten a lot of memberships lately, like a lot of memberships. Let me go ahead and check content. Where is it under? I always struggle to find the memberships. Impressions, audience, subscribers, returning viewers, revenue, blah, blah, blah. Trends? Memberships? Oh my god. Is that right? That's not right. There's no way. Is that right? Membership type. What? We are at. It is not even close. Oh my god. Yo, Drug Frodo gifted 5 memberships. Dude. What are we freaking out about? I just looked. Drunk Frodo, thank you for those 5 memberships. Guys, please thank Drunk Frodo for the very generous 5 gifted. I appreciate it. That has contributed to the most insane stat I've ever seen on this channel, okay? We are currently at 1,100, and now, because of Drunk Frodo, 1,162 members. Holy shit! That is like double our previous most we've had for any month ever. That is insane. Dude, this community is incredible. You guys are amazing. 1,162? Are you kidding me? Do we have more emote slots though? We have tons of emote slots. I just don't know what to fill them with yet because I got it's a bunch of memes and stuff, but we need some like stream specific stuff. Hey, to 1,200 just about memberships. Cheers. You bring out great mods so we give back. Oh, I appreciate it immensely. Immensely. What role is the Space Phantom going to fill? The Condor role. It will fill the Covenant Condor role. Jank, thank you for the 2! I appreciate it. Have you seen Glitch's idea for the Lich and supporter chat? Very epic and base. I did. I was thinking about it and the logistics behind it. If you guys want to see, this is from supporter chat, which you can have full access to. If you're one of the 1,162 members in this channel, you get access to the supporter chat channel in Discord. Discord.gg/rejectedshotgun. And this is the idea that Let me show it. This idea right here is the idea that was proposed. I can't see who posted it because Discord doesn't show me, but they're saying that maybe on the Lich, instead of having these fins on top, it could have like the Space Phantom anti-grav devices, which are more bungee styled rather than the kind of funky 343 style, which I like the idea because these things are cool, but it does leave me wondering how difficult that would be to pull off effectively. Tip said it was glitchy. Oh, that's right, it was glitchy. Okay, thank you, Glitchy, for the idea. I actually like that idea a lot. My only thought on the matter is I don't know if it'll look very good. It might look awesome, though. Even the curvature is almost made for it. I'm not against it by any means. I think it is a really dope idea. I like it quite a bit. I'll have to see just how possible it is, but I'm kind of a fan. No butt gunner equals scam. Oh, there is a butt gunner on this, right? It's like right here in the middle. Weasel. Be nice. Be nice, Weasel. Be nice, right, Weasel? I love you. You're my kitty cat. You don't look very nice right now. I'm gonna have to eat you. Am I gonna cook you on the skillet for dinner? I'm gonna chop you up into little pieces and take little bites out and go, so yum. Weasel! Weasel! Sorry, I'm babysitting kitties today while also streaming, apparently. But, Space Phantom. So I've been messing around with the animations. For whatever reason, they're not working right now. They should be going like... But, hey, if anyone in chat can remember that specific issue, which I forgot the solution to because I haven't had to deal with it in a while, but the issue I'm talking about is where when you get in to something like a Phantom or a Wraith, the turret does not play its opening and closing animation, because that is currently happening with the Space Phantom. It is off. It's not opening, nor is it closing. Well, you know, there could be a possibility, actually, now that I think about it. Wait, what? There's only an idle animation on it? What happened to my opening and closing animations? Well, that could possibly explain it. I accidentally deleted all the animations. Nope. That didn't do anything. I'm green. Whoa, look at you go, Century Gaming. Hi, puppy. I love you, puppy. You're so cute. Welcome. Almost everybody's green. I just found out, after checking the stats, that we have almost 1,200 members this month. That is ridiculous. And thank you for 1 month of membership, Century. I know it was gifted, but I appreciate it. Did a little announcement thingy, and that's dope. Appreciate you. Let me in! Okay, well, at the very least, we can try out doing some aiming animations and see. That's a lot of members. That is a lot of members. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Century Gaming. Can you blow it up? Not yet, but it will have destruction. There's a couple things I want to do. First, I'm going to try doing aiming animations just to make sure that they work, that animations are working on this thing like at all right now, because honestly, I don't even know. I genuinely just don't know if they're working. Kira, thank you for 34 months! My god. To 1,200 members? How many fivers is that? Also so close to 3 years. You are right there. You are right there. I'm going to design the 3-year badge tonight. I probably should have done it already because there's a couple people already at 35 months, but I'll be designing that tonight to see. I'm going to come up with something really cool. Oh, my coffee. I can't let it get cold. Cheesecake 100% miss. Oh, their name is German cheesecake. Okay, I thought you were saying you were like, you didn't like cheesecake, in which case I was going to ask if you're alive and breathing, because anybody who's alive and breathing should enjoy cheesecake. Hi, Peppy. Hi, Peppy. Will Space Phantom have an interior? Maybe. I haven't made a final decision on it yet. It can have an interior. I could scale the existing Phantom interior up 1.5 times to match the Space Phantom scale, and theoretically add a full-on interior, which would be pretty cool. Yo, Adam, thank you for the 2! I appreciate it. I said, I think as the stream started, I broke 2,000 subscribers on the Killing Floor MP5M mod I showed you yesterday. I'm still bewildered how popular it is. It's an awesome weapon. It's a Killing Floor weapon, no less. It's really well done. I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for how good it is. Frankly, you did a phenomenal job, and it's awesome. Mr. Funny Swag with the tenor said, my name is Mr. Funny Swag, I eat poop. Dude, that is so real and based and true. I cannot believe that you had the balls to say that publicly, because, you know, that is just incredible. That is amazing, and thank you so much for that. I appreciate the tenor, and I won't tell anyone that you eat poop, but I appreciate that you were so willing to say it. That's very brave of you. When it's a snipe Vuthicrowd. Vuthicrowd does deserve a membership. I wish we could just snipe people directly and you didn't have to just hope for the best. Jank, thank you for the 2! Appreciate it. Just imagine how many paid members you get if you dual stream on Twitch as well, just saying. I suppose it's not a bad idea. Dual stream would go pretty hard. Okay, I want to also add the funny lights onto this. I'm going to quickly do an aiming animation, then I'm going to do the funny lights. We actually technically sort of already have an aiming animation. Kinda. It like rotates really weirdly though. I don't know about using that. I could do the all the way down and all the way up one though. Nande, thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Said, does the Space Phantom ever have proper debris? I remember Reach Phantom debris are really pathetic. I don't believe it does. I think it has like particles that it blows up into that are like vaguely phantom-shaped debris objects. I'm gonna have to do it the right way. Which likely means big phantom debris that are 1.5 times scale, and on top of that making them like orange. Which, in all fairness, is pretty easy to do. It'll be a little bit tedious, it'll probably take like an hour, but definitely worth it. Did you catch my message earlier? No. If not, you said animations, name, sort of combat opening, and combat closed. Closing. But yeah, actually, I already have it set up. We have combat opening and combat closing. But they are enabled here and not currently active. I think it's in the idle base pose. I'm going to try adding an aiming animation and see if the aiming animation maybe will like trigger something, because it should be set up correctly already. It's exactly the same way that the base vanilla Phantom Shin Gun works, where, you know, it's tucked away by default because that's the closed animation. Then when you get in, it goes chunk, plays the animation, then it's open. I think it's something to do with the fact that it's an attached vehicle, and the attached vehicle just currently isn't playing whatever animation, which is weird because the vehicle tag I used for the turret is based on the Shin Gun turret for the Phantom, and the vehicle tag I used for the main Phantom here is based on the actual Phantom, so every checkbox and tick box should be exactly the same. It was closed, not closing. How did I misremember that? BRB camp? No, you're fine. I'm just nerdging at you. I'm Crystal. That's so true. Turbomethylene dioxymetham. Well, thank you for the 2. That sounds suspiciously Breaking Bad related. Thank you, said. Why do I have to raid these? I said, Jarvis, jerk it a little. 1 for the money, 2 for the better green, 3 for methylene dioxymethamphetamine. Wow, that's amazing. Is that the actual chemical name for meth? Why is that? Walter White is in the chat right now. Say my name. Thank you, Walter White, for your amazing, incredible insights onto methylene dioxymethamphetamine. I appreciate that. That was very epic, even. All right, we're gonna do a new vehicle aiming. Tight, tight, tight. I love saying that. All right, I'm gonna make a new animation. This is gonna be a vehicle aiming new. Now, I think I remember how these work in Halo 3. I don't need this turret to turn more than like 90 degrees, I think. Let me look real quick. I'm gonna open the BFG, because that one, I can remember how that one works. Let's do BFG. Right here. And we want to do the aiming. So the aiming is like 1 frame of default, and then it's totally backwards down, then middle, then up. And that goes up to 28 frames. Goes down, 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 down. Then up, 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 up. Wow, up, 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 up. Okay, wicked. Wicked, wicked. Jank, thanks so much for the 2! I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Said, how do you know you are working on stuff that the mod needs and not giving in to feature creep? I'm so glad you asked. Man, this coffee's so good, dude. That's crazy. Listen, the honest truth is, Jank, sometimes the most relaxing and fun way for me to enjoy Halo modding is to not deeply think on the fact that I just don't want to think about it. I'm just trying to have fun. Doug Tuggle, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I said, every minute you're not working on the Condor, a real American dad fails to bond with his son. I'm donating my last can of Zen. Bring back masculine flight physics. Oh my god, I was eating some gun meat earlier today, thinking about how badly I wanted to work on the Condor, but instead I had to work on this beta soy space phantom. And sadly, it caused a massive flood of testosterone to exit my body. It was awful. It was terrible. And then whatever the other chemical is that I forgot, the woman chemical, that flooded my body instead. All of my facial hair fell off, and I realized the Condor needed to be done. Kiram! Thank you for the 5! I appreciate it. Rosely and estrogen, that one. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Congrats to everybody got gifted. Be sure to give your thanks to Kiram if you're in chat and you got those gifts. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. You are an insanely supportive community, I hope you know. I'm literally just sitting here yapping like a fucking goober, dude. I'm a total goober just yapping about Halo shit. Trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing because I'm so hyped up on coffee. My brain is massively activated. But I appreciate you guys. You're really awesome. I mean, 2.5K this month for memberships. I don't know. You gotta. There's like so many cuts that YouTube takes, and the percent. I don't know what the number is, but maybe that would be amazing if that was true. I don't know if that's true, but that would be incredible. Cause I'm poor as fuck right now, dude. Oh my god. Ugh. All right. Turbo testosterone. Thank you for the 2. AutoZone fucked me in the eyes and I didn't. And now I'm pissed. What did AutoZone do? All they do is sell stuff, I thought. They just sell parts. What am I doing here? Alright, I'm making a custom aiming animation because I'm tired of this one. It sucks doo-doo donkey butts. Put your money into my school debt. I don't freaking want to, dude. Alright, we're going to try something brave. 22.5. That is the wrong thing. Rotate Y, 22.5. But I can't aim that down anymore, can I? Oh, wait. Rotate 45. Yeah. Insert a keyframe there. Grab the gun arm, insert a keyframe there. Okay, check this out. This is going to be the furthest that you can aim down, which is 45 degrees. I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to copy the keyframes. Which one? There we go. Alright, then I'm going to take this gun arm. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees. That is not the right bone. Bones everywhere, dude. We're going to do this. Alright, we're making an aim animation. I have to pose every single point at which this thing is allowed to legally aim. IT Gamer, thank you for the 2. Full of testosterone says, babe, my dick isn't small. The devs just didn't scale it up to 1.5 times to match my body. Damn right. Beta Phantom, Giga Chad, Space Phantom, full of giga testosterone, massive, huge T levels. Massive, enormous, huge. And mine even has the 1.5x scaled turret. My god, look at the size of that thing. Massive, masculine, manly, huge. Kiram, thank you for the gifted membership. I appreciate the snipe. You absolutely sniped Samus. They died instantly. But they were reborn as a green. Congrats on becoming a green. Phantom wiener? It's not a wiener. It's a turret, dude. Just because it's sticking out the bottom and dingling and dangling around doesn't mean it's a wiener. It's completely different. Oh, that coffee was so room temperature. My God. Gotta wash it down with my ultra manly high testosterone Cayman Jack Paloma. Doug Tuggle! What does that name mean? Am I saying something offensive? Thank you for the 5. So the reason your kids don't respect you is because you can't name a single like gullo reproductive pheromone, but I can and I own property. Fuck, he's right, dude. Also, they're called hunters. Jesus Christ, they're not. Okay, actually, the worms, they are not. A certain colony of worms is a hunter. I don't care. Fuck the worms. Joe gifted 5. What is happening today? Why are so many people gifting? The number of members is going to skyrocket even further. You guys are trying to snipe Vuthicral. He does deserve a membership, but I'm warning you, dude, the YouTube algorithm is cooked, bro. It's cooked. You guys saw how many, like, memberships it took. I think it was after, like, 1,000 gift. Okay, it wasn't 1,000. Like, 500 gifted before Rain got sniped. It's not worth it, guys. It's not worth it. It's just not. I appreciate it, but it's... Please. This is gonna only hurt you and your wallet. Like, I stand to gain everything here, and I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Mgalekgolo. Wait, is it? So the hunters are Mgalekgolo? I don't know, then. They're just hunters, man. And you know when you know what the hunters are made of? Not like Golo. Funny orange wormy boys, okay? That's what we're gonna call them from now on. Legally, they're just funny orange wormy boys, and I don't care if they're called Golos, okay? I'm not gonna say that. Okay? I'm gonna be like Doug Tuggle. I'm gonna own property, have kids, and make love to my wife at least once a month, alright? And I am going to tell her about all the conspiracies that I see on the internet, and I'm going to believe them without fact-checking anything. What wife? All right, listen, this is a future context, okay? Future context. You know, I will say, as much as that was a bit, the amount of conspiracy theories that turn out to be right is so massively concerning. It is unbelievable how many of them end up being right. It's crazy. Joe, thank you for the 5! I appreciate it. Thank you very much for another 5. Look at all those people. Look at all those greens. My God. They're so green. More gifted? I don't know what to tell you. There's so many greens in this show. We're probably approaching 1,200 members. That is 1.2 thousand members, which is ridiculous. A theory is just a fact waiting to happen. True. I'm just gonna wait for that one to show up. Thank you very much, Joe, for another 5. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. We were doing turret stuff. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted today. Boom, halfway. Boom, forward. Okay. Boom. Someone dropped 100 once and it still missed me. That's why I'm saying people need to not try. There it is. RFK Jr. tipped $2 and said, "Can't agree with you more. Fuck them worms, dude." He hates worms, dude. He had one in his brain. That sucks. Yeah. Down. Does it go all the way back? I think it does. Oh, fun. You guys don't believe me. It's true. Bro had worms in his brain. That sucks. I don't want worms in my brain, bro. Fuck that. Okay, we gotta open the BFG again so I can just double check a certain detail. Okay, so it does go all the way back before going up. Weird. Very weird. What old? Don't know why that one. Alright, we're gonna grab the idle animation for this. I don't know, one of these keyframes here. That's the default pose. I want to grab all of these right here, and I'm going to put that into the aiming new right here. That is not right here. There we go. There we go. Insert those keyframes. Yeah, that's it. I'm talking about. Wait, Gunbear became a 12-month member. You're a whole year now, Gunbear. Let's go. 12 months. Thank you for 12 long months. That is forever. That is actually forever. Doug with another 5 said, thank you for the 5 said, you think it's just lore? No, it's deeper. My third wife had like Golo-inspired tattoos. Now she runs a polycule commune in Sedona. Shake my damn head. Polycule. That's a... Is that like a poly relationship thing? That's a poly relationship thing, I'm sure of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is red versus blue all over again. Vudacraw's Griff, when they all tried shooting and sniping him. Oh my god, my cat's been in my lap so long and I just tried to wiggle my toe and it didn't work. Toa, thank you for the 5! I appreciate it. He said, show me a 1.5 times smaller Phantom gunboat. Well, I would like to, but I kind of came to the conclusion I'm going to keep it big, which I wasn't going to do originally. But I posted about it on Twitter. And wow, what a mistake that was. I was like, okay, question. Space Phantom is 1.5 times larger than regular Phantoms. It makes no logical sense outside of making them easier to see and reach while piloting a saber. Do I shrink it back down to regular Phantom size? Now, I thought this was pretty sensible. I was like, okay, you know, Phantoms are like a one-size thing. There's no big Phantoms. The cockpit has to be the exact same size. Manufacturing lore-wise, it doesn't make any sense to just make the exact same Phantom but scale it up bigger. Obviously, the intention was for it to just be a Phantom with a cool attachment and a different color, space rated. And they probably just scaled it up really quickly so that it was easier to see, because I looked at the model and they didn't put any effort into scaling it up. So I'm like, okay, yeah, they probably just scaled it up to make it easier to see. Nah, it's canonically that size. Now, I got nothing against Ratchet, but it's canonically that size. That means nothing. That means nothing. It doesn't matter, because they make it 1.5 times bigger to make it easier to see in-game. And then, of course, that's going to become canon now, because it's that way in the game. But at the end of the day, if you just sit down and think of like, okay, well, how does that work logistically? It doesn't make any sense. Like, obviously, it's just a Phantom with an extension, and the only reason it's bigger is for gameplay purposes to make it easier to see. And yet, the issue that we have, dude, the Halo lore issue that it is a massive issue in the Halo community. I'm dead serious. This is a huge issue with the Halo lore people that are interested in Halo lore. A game design decision will be made. And this is a massive problem with Halo ships. A game design decision will be made. We're going to make a ship this big. We're going to make this thing this big for gameplay reasons. And then lore people come in and they're like, yeah, this is actually canon to the lore. They actually are bigger. It's actually scaled this way. It's like the difference between like the Covenant Capital ship and like the CCS versus like the CSS or whatever. And they're like the exact same design of ship, but way bigger. And it logically doesn't check out at all. And then they have to like justify these, like they start adding like these exact ship scales and things into lore from like in-game without considering why a certain thing was scaled a certain way. And it gets to this point where now we have like a bunch of ships that are the same exact design, but larger, which nobody would ever do that. That's insane. You would like completely, like, anyway, I'm not going to shrink it because I do think it's cool or big, but saying, nah, it's canonically that size means nothing, because obviously it's canonically that size because the canon people came in after the game was made and decided that, oh, wait, this model's actually bigger. Maybe the Phantom's bigger. But they didn't sit down and think, okay, there was no, like, gameplay fact-checking being done. Right? They weren't like, okay, maybe it's just a regular Phantom, but they scaled it up so that it works a little better. And it's obvious that this wasn't like necessarily intentional, because even the turret was still the default scale of the Phantom turret. I had to make this one bigger to match the increased size of the Space Phantom. But I am keeping the increased size because it's cool. Does that mean it's accurate? No. If I was doing this correctly, this thing would absolutely be the same size as this Phantom. But everybody seems to agree it's cooler, bigger, and for me, rule of cool wins. But to say it's canonically that size, and I'm not trying to single this person out, because there was a lot of people who said the exact same thing in the comments. I don't mean to single this one person out, but that exact sentiment is like, that's a lot. Adam, sorry, I'm missing some stuff. Joe sent it a 2 and said, bros unironically listening to Twitter, SMH. I know. Halo Twitter especially is hell. But, I mean, this was not that bad. But Adam, thank you for the 2, said Space Phantom equals more room for gun or spaceboarding equipment like the tubes on the side of the Phantom's Halo 4 intro when they attack the Dawn's command center. True, but I mean, there's a lot of logical inconsistencies with this, sadly. For example, if I'm going to put this interior in it, these seats are going to become massive, right? These are going to become very, very large seats. Not going to make sense scale-wise. I'll have to keep the seats small and, like, kind of tuck them in there. On top of that, Halo lore has always been a mess. Well, it's because the people in charge of the lore just... they don't think about gameplay-related design things. And now we have, like, 5 identical ships at different scales. Because if it's in-game, it's absolutely accurate. And the size of something isn't ever changed for, like, cinematic reasons to make something feel big. The exact in-game scale has got to be a perfect fucking recreation. And the universe has no cinematic perspectives at all. It's all 100% real and in lore, and if that ship's 1.5 times bigger than it used to be, then you know what? It's the lore. There's just a ship that's 1.5 times bigger. It's insanity. It's insanity. Her didact, future landlord, tipped a 2, thank you. Said signed the contract on either. Wait, what? Signed the contract for our new house today. Got 30 days to get ready for renovations. Gah! Jiro Hanai. Ungus. Gross. Well, congrats. That's fucking awesome. 30 days for renovations, though. Ooh. Ooh. Now that's nice, actually. That's pretty nice. Got no renovations here. All the renovations I'm doing at this place are all by hand. The landlord doesn't want to do them. Doesn't want to hire people. It's up to me. Adam, thank you for the 2. So put 2 more seats on either side of the cockpit seats. These new seats being controls for the side guns. I could, I suppose. I don't know if I'm going to do an interior for this yet, but if I do, I'll probably do something like that. You putting the blame solely on 3x3 makes it deeper than it used to be? Oh, I never said that. I never, ever said that. For the record. You are strawmanning me right now. I never said 343 once in my entire rant. It is not a 343 exclusive issue. Bungie's era had the exact same problem. The exact same issue. Oh, you're not talking to me? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, no, it's not a 343 thing. Bungie also had the exact same problem back in the day. It is not a new thing. Turbo fucking nerd tipped $2. Thank you. Said, to be honest, last stream I was going to say I personally would like if it was smaller, but I don't care because I love the orange Phantom. Also, I always think of the weapon size being larger on the ground, so they're easy to see. Now the gun's like 8 feet. What? Wait, what? I always think of the weapon size being larger. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The weapons are scaled up on the ground. There's a field in Gorilla on all weapon tags that says weapon scale on ground, and they are always bigger. So that stuff like the scale in Halo games is inconsistent on purpose for gameplay reasons between ships, weapons, everything. So it's silliness. It's absolute silliness. If a Marine or a Spartan holds a plasma rifle, it's actually going to be a different size than if an Elite holds a plasma rifle, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be a different scale on the ground as well. Installation 00 had a whole rant video 4 years about scale and lore and gameplay. Yeah, there's no consistency. And the Halo lore heads are like extremely all about scale and stuff. And like, there's a lot of people, especially even people come into this chat sometimes who are like, that's actually not accurate to lore scale. I'm like, there's no such thing as lore scale. There's barely such, like, some things rarely will have an accurate lore scale. The Space Phantom is one of those things that kind of falls in the gray area. And I really, I should shrink this down. I'm not going to, because I low-key kind of like that it's really big. It doesn't make any sense, and it's weird that it's big, but it should just be a regular Phantom that's colored, cool, and has extra bits on top. The mob being bigger than the Pillar of Autumn is one thing. The cruiser in Halo 4 being the size of a frigate is another. It's just all perspective. It's just supposed to look cool. That's all it is at the end of the day. It needs to look cool up in a sky somewhere. So that's why the ships are the size that they are. And if a Covenant ship's there, you want to make it look massive. And sometimes you want it to be able to fit in the skybox, and you want to have a little bit of parallax on it when you're going by it, so you want to shrink it down, you know? It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't mean those are two different ships at two different scales. It just is what it is. It just looks cooler in certain situations to be at different sizes from different perspectives. It's totally fine. Difference is the tiny cruiser got canonized in the worst way. Yeah, that's the thing. Why? Those things don't need to get canonized. It's the same ship. It's the same fucking ship. The worst, most egregious form of this, in my opinion, is the Marathon class cruiser. That's just the same. There's no such thing as a Marathon class cruiser, but it's too late. It's too late. It's deeply canonized. It was literally just the same type of ship as the Pillar of Autumn. That one drives me nuts. To those who unironically think everything should be lore accurate scale, how about you lore accurately get yourself into a shower? I'm not trying to like hate on anybody or anything, but it is just so like there's so many people just make so many assumptions when it comes to these things. There's an insane amount of assumptions, but most people just agreed bigger is cooler, differentiates it, and I can't argue. I was asking you guys in the Discord chat and supporter chat to all the members. Same thing, excuse me. Drink too fast. Yeah, everyone's saying they like it bigger, and honestly, I kind of agree. This person had a cool point. They said that some minor modifications to make it like longer in certain areas is cool, but and while I actually agree, I don't really want to touch it too much because I like the design as it is now, and I think it's already pretty cool. All right, we're gonna finally animate this. We're gonna finish animating it anyway. Nice. Let me go 45, 90, 135, 180. RZ 90. RZ 135. RZ 180. Let's go. This is how you do aiming animations if you were curious. Alright, well now that I have it here, I need to do a pose for the upward facing version of this, which I should probably just do by taking the gun and rotating it like 45 degrees. No, I'm gonna do 35. Wide, 25. And I'll do this one up 20. Cool. What was that? Adam, thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. The space fandom being bigger isn't weird, considering Covenant factories more or less grow their frames and materials rather than fabricate them like human production. Cop out. Cop out. Cop out. Hard to disagree. You will work on a Unity game with me. I would like to. To say the Covenant grow their ships and that's why they make identical like shapes and frames is just bonkers. What does that mean? The interiors are like there's 90, 135. Marathon class turbo simp. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. That's pretty funny. He said, So on the CAS class cruiser, is the chair just the same but like 10 times bigger? That's what I'm saying. Why would they do the exact same size ship but then just like have 10 rooms for every one room? It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But it doesn't need to make sense. Because video games. Anonymous tip 2! Thank you very much for the 2. Said, I say size the Space Phantom down 1.5 times out of spite. That's what I do when Donald makes me order him McDonald's. His fat ass might not like it now, but his heart will thank me later. You know, it would be low-key kind of funny to do it out of spite, but I shouldn't. Is that 45 degrees? That does not feel like 45 degrees. I think I forgot to apply. It's 20 degrees. This one should be like that. Yeah. Okay. That was a close one. Let me have 45, 90, 135, 180. Okay, we're almost done with this animation. This is taking way longer than it should, but it's fine. So we got 45, 90, 135, 180. Oh. If the CSO really was scaled up CAs, it wouldn't be as much of a threat as it was established in Reach. I don't even know. It's just silly. It's just silly. That shit got canonized for no reason, and it is just so goofy. Adam, thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. I mean, grow less in the sense of a fucking plant, more in the sense of a weird Covenant version of 3D printing, I think. Honestly, don't remember. It's been so long. No, I get what you're saying. It's fine. Covenant fabrications being grown is cool and alien, and I fuck with that. I don't think that's anything bad or weird or anything like that. It's just to say that that is why the ships are identical but bigger and smaller. That logic, the train of logic there just doesn't hold up. You can't be like if I could 3D print ships and I could 3D print one ship at this size and one ship at 10 times size, then I have to still redesign the entire interior because now it's at 10 times scale. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. There's no reason to even reuse the outside anyway if you're just going to redesign the entire inside too. Because at that scale, the wires are going to be, what, 10 times? Is a little wire in the wall now going to be this thick for some reason? None of it makes any sense. If you stop and think about it, even for a second, on any logistical level, it's silly, and obviously is not the case. It just doesn't check out. Hi, Weasel. Alright, let's see if our animation works. This should be Halo 3, JMO. It should be called, I think, Vehicle Aiming. I think that's the right name. Alright, we're going to use the BFG as a reference, because it has the exact same number of frames for this. Love you, Peppy. Square cube law would be like, yeah, exactly. That's another really important thing to factor in. The issue is the fact that you're looking at the fact that they use similar frames and designs a bit too much. I'm just telling you the only reason that there is such a thing as a similar frame design in lore at all is because lore people who are in charge of lore made some oopsies and read too deeply into ship scales and sizes, and now we're stuck with this goofy shit where we have like 2 ships that are identical. Is this thing just like not animating? Did I give the wrong name? Turbo Sim, thank you for the 2! I appreciate it! Said, can the Covenant grow some bitches? On God, I bet Truth had no hose. Bro looks like a raisin and a scrotum mashed together. That's true. He was so busy with the great journey. He did forget to get some bitches. And that's on God for real, for real. And you know who did have some bitches? The Arbiter and Master Chief had Cortana, all he needed. Arbiter probably had like 20 trillion Sanghelios hoes back on Sanghelios. Bro's chilling. Oh, that's not what I said. Oh, that's what Joe said. Hey, thanks for that too, Joe. But Turbo Sim, thank you for that too, said. Bitches fabricated, grown, ass, so fat, CSO class. That's crazy. That's insane. Halo Remake will reset the lore on God, please, dude. Current Halo lore is such a fucking nightmarish hellscape mess. It's like a fucking bowl of spaghetti, bro. If they use the current Halo lore, which I know they're going to do, okay? I know they're going to do it because they already have new books being published and on the way, dude. They can't just sacrifice their entire established universe of chaos and nonsense that it has grown to at this point. So I know they're gonna fucking use that shit. But God, please. Please just don't. It's too late. They're in too deep. They can't just erase the lore. Unless they do like a new timeline like the TV show did with the Silver timeline. Adam, thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. Thank you. So there's still a bit of assembly and fabrication, but the bulk has grown, I think. They can't just hit print to make a completely custom fan with a push of a button. Still got to build it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Did I get the name of that animation wrong? Is it not vehicle aiming? So we have combat any fire underscore 1. Oh, it's combat fixed aim still up. Duh, dude, this isn't reach. Combat fixed aim still up. Oh, I just saw that activate. I just saw that. Did anyone else see that? It's overarching, but it's working. Wait, why is... Oh, did I reverse these? Oh, I bet it's going to close when I... It is turning. What is it doing when I get in and out, though? Yeah, it's looking up and down, but it's the shape of it is hilariously exaggerated. Weird. I'll have to figure out exactly what's going on there. Okay, I gotta use the restroom really badly, so give me just 1 second, and we'll get to the bottom of whatever animation shenanigans are going on. I'll be right back. Buh. Hello, I'm back. Hey, look, a canonical phantom door. Have we ever seen one of these in Reach? Did anyone know there was a canonical phantom door in Reach the whole time, hiding on the Space Phantom? That's a fun little feature right there. I know there's one in, like... I don't know where there is one, actually. But that's cool. It's Peppy? I do have Peppy. Thank you for the 2 anonymous! Thank you! Said, I can't believe my last dono got sent anonymously. Elon would never do that to me if he was still running PayPal. Thank you, anonymous! Yeah, me and Elon go way back. I totally get what you're saying there, dude. Absolutely, yeah. Solid point. That's a big fucking door. What even? What the fuck? That's crazy. Huh. And add the door to the Halo 3 Phantom as part of the grab lift animation? If only it was that easy. I wish. Breach is very much nowhere close to CE in terms of design language. Yeah, I would agree with that, actually. Breach is very different. Kind of got its own thing going on. It referenced certain things from CE. Got a little bit closer, like, Reach, I would say, lean in its own direction and a little bit closer to CE for certain things. Like, for example, elites in Reach are a lot closer to CE than they were in 3. They kind of leaned in that direction a lot more limber, more thin, more aggressive. And they also leaned back in, you know, with, like, the enemies not speaking English. While they didn't massively move in that direction, some things were somewhat similar. They definitely tried a little bit. But they kind of took it in like a new direction at the same time, though. Originally have squashed faces and bulkier armor. Well, yeah, like I said, it's still very much its own thing, but they leaned back more into the limber, more classic elite style of CE, where they you know, they can dodge and run out of the way. They're super fast and quick. They definitely leaned into it for certain aspects. Other aspects were just completely brand new. Like, most of the art style and design were just, like, new, kind of Halo 3 plus, grungy. A couple things here and there were, like, references to CE for sure, though. Grungy Studios. Oh, what up, Joe? Do you have the chin gun as an attachment? Is it part of the model? I wasn't paying attention. No, it's an attachment. Okay, we just got the animations activating. Let's see. Okay, so it is like opening, but it's doing so in like a very odd way. Maybe because it has an idle animation. Let me delete the idle animation and re-import. Maybe that'll fix it. No, it still looks like it's kind of just animating over the top. I wonder why that is. This is the same. Okay. We're gonna take a look here. We're on the idle animation here. The aiming new. Looks like that. Which is the exact same as the idle, which opening new. Okay, so it's not even playing the opening animation. It's just like the overlay is like activating some crazy shit. Adam, thank you for the 2! Reboot from Halo 4 onwards. Keep the foreigners ambiguous and make the antagonists for future games. Root remnants of the Covenant and banish insurrectionists and flood. I think there's a door on the Phantom at the end of the cutscene for ODST Kiwana Station. Oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that. But I agree. That's exactly the kind of lore that I would like. I am of the exact same camp there with you. You know, I mean, that's literally what I've been talking about. I feel like you're cheating the system because that's how I feel. And I'm not saying that because I'm like a 343 hater or anything. I think Halo 4 is an alright game. Halo 5, multiplayer and Warzone were awesome. Halo Infinite was just great all around. Story was a little but, you know, not too bad. I'm just saying it because of how convoluted the lore has become. Not that it's necessarily bad. Some parts I think are bad. Some parts I think are objectively bad, but I don't think it's like all objectively bad. I just think like it needs a refresh. I think the way in which the lore was developed after 4, I think nobody's going to disagree with this. Really chaotic, so many reboots, so much shit going on in the books that we don't get context for. This is not a hot take. It would be really good if they could keep a lot of the exact same design points and things that occurred in the new games, Halo 4 and 5. A lot of that stuff is great, but can we just like rework it a little bit, because it got really fucking messy, like really fucking messy, like really fucking messy. Oh, the health system, that's a good point actually. Reach did have the CE style health system. I mean, technically all the games that you just couldn't see it. The HUD also, Halo Reach HUD element for the health bar is literally just the CE health bar, but like mirrored down the middle. So that's another one. I like to see a conclusion to stories. I'm so checked out, dude. Everyone is checked out of the Halo lore. Not everyone, but most people, I would argue, are checked out of the Halo lore. Don't know. Joe, thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. Said, aren't the side guns going to take up 2 more attachment slots to build the attachment limit? I assume you might do a grav lift and interior in the future, and the grav lift is another attachment. For the side turrets, I'm going to merge them into 1, but I'm going to keep them animated as though they are 2. A lot of people, when they're like, oh no, whatever you do, don't refresh the lore. Nobody's asking for a complete new story. If you want to use the same plot points, fine. Just can we do them better this time? Not that even like some plot points were like bad, it's just so messy. The execution on what is arguably a pretty great story was poor. It just was, dude. Can't bring myself to even read the Waypoint story blurbs. They're so pointless, even in the context of Halo Infinite. Yeah, it's just a lot of nothing. And I don't, not to like be mean to whoever's working on all that stuff over there at Halo Studios, but like, it's a whole lot of fucking nothing. I know they're hard workers. I don't doubt that for a second. I don't think they're bad at their jobs either. I just think it was a really messy gig, and shit is still really messy. And we could do a little bit of a do-over, and that would be fine. There's a lot of great stuff to work with there. We don't have to stop working with it. We can just rework it. At this point, the number of surviving Spartans has reached critical mass. Yeah, it's some of the Infinite stuff. Dude. I'm gonna come out here and have a very uncontroversial opinion. I think the banished Spartan thing, nah. I know that with Spartan 4s, starting in Halo 4, Spartans became less of a awesome, badass thing, and it became more of just like a standard military force, which I also greatly disliked, because it's kind of the whole point of Spartans, to be like this legendary, unbelievable thing. But then to make them like leave and join the banished, bro. Oh, they're killing it, dude. They're killing it. I'm watching my childhood thing that I loved so much die. One reason I stopped caring for operations? Yeah, the operations, they don't have to be in the lore. Halo multiplayer has always been and will continue to be better when the multiplayer has no lore. Maybe a map can have lore, and you'd be like, oh, did you know there's like a little bit about this in the lore about like where we're fighting on right now? That's cool. Yeah, sick. Multiplayer is now a Spartan training simulation? No, fuck off, dude. Just make my Spartans red and blue and let us kill each other for a flag. It's not that deep. No, it's just stupid. It's pointless. There's no reason to do that. You're just overcomplicating an already insanely overcomplicated lore. Multiplayer was always a training simulation? No, it wasn't, dude. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, none of that. Halo Reach, even none of that. It's just you're playing Halo, customize a cool Spartan, and beat the shit out of your friends as their cool Spartans. Doesn't have to be any deeper than that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We can just do that. It's chill. It's not bad. That's totally fine. Combat fixed any fire. What? I think that's the name of this one. Okay, puppy. Or for a lot of classic C maps with them being used for training Spartans. Well, color me surprised, because that's the first I'm hearing of that. And that's fine if they are, because nobody ever knew, and it never affected anything. Multiplayer, like campaign be campaign. Yeah, it's fine. Like, and if some of the maps have lore about them being Spartan training facilities, cool. That's fine. Use the train Spartan. That's awesome. The thing is though, you still go into campaign in the original trilogy and everyone's like, a Spartan? No way. You know what I mean? Like that Halo 3 Crow's Nest cutscene, I feel like it embodies really, really well the appeal of the Master Chief and being a Spartan. It's not complicated. It's never been complicated. Very easy to understand. It's very basic. I don't think I'm being like weird with any of this. I think this all makes like really just perfect sense. Gun, aim, pitch, aim, yaw. Okay, aim, pitch, and yaw. We don't need you. We don't need pedestal. We just need a gun and gun arm. The time I can see multiplayer being lore accurate is the multiplayer was like Helldivers 2. That's the only way. Except Invasion. Invasion is always canon. Invasion's cool. The thing is, as somebody who grew up playing Halo, dude, it was never. I never played on a map and I was like, oh, the lore, you know, maybe if they have a background lore for the location, that's fine. But if I'm playing Forge and I'm fucking playing Mongoose Racetrack, that's not the fuck. What up, Yuri? When being interested in map armor or lore, if there are 1,500 armor pieces full of conflicting non-canon lore cards, yeah, this is pointless. Okay, I think I found the solution to that one. Let's do it. This is a test fire animation. I'd like to make it a little more detailed. But, 10 frames, 10 frames, okay. Vehicle. Is that right? Aiming is 24. I guess that's fine. Jang, thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. I think you said think. The insane usually do think they are making sense. How dare you? How dare you? Is it an overlay? Am I fire one? Yeah, okay, it is. Over here playing Power Wash while watching a stream. Hell yeah, yeah. Sorry if I'm like fucking doing my usual cringe grr. I fucking hate the lore shit, but man, do I hate the lore shit. Well, the aiming animations do work, so that's good. But it's like over-activating? I should have made Master Chief like big boss from Metal Gear Solid where you can melee Marines and they thank you for it. That is very funny. I have not played it, but I think it's kind of hilarious. Maybe it's like an export thing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I exported it on accident from a wrong keyframe and that's why it's broken. Maybe it was never the animation itself. That's what's happening here. Maybe? Joe, thank you for another 2, dude. I appreciate it. Oh, not the animation graph. Well, I'll keep that open. You said, that's great and all, but my teabags after no-scoping someone is canon to the War Games training simulation lore. Good. And mine are as well. This is the export post. This is the fuck this right here. Get this to work. I'm gonna get this to work. I'm not losing my mind. Thank you for asking. No, I'm not. Everything's actually really good. This is awesome. I love it. 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 Yeah! I love it. Where's my... I need the... This one. No, not this one. My aiming. Aiming new. I'm so confused. Does my firing animation work at least? The aiming works even though it's scuffed for some reason. Okay, the silly wacky firing animation is also working. It's shooting boring regular phantom bolts, which we will fix, but aiming is working. Might tweak how they look, because I don't like that it's just like swinging side to side like that. It's kind of boring. It's also not supposed to be that low. It's just, it's not. Combat closing and opening are not activating. BTD, thank you for 16 months. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That Phantom, Space Phantom. Beautiful, isn't it? In Halo 3. You love to see it. It's so beautiful. Talca has a question? What is Talca asking? Any ideas why Gorilla crashes as soon as it opens? That is a... Sorry, Peppy. That is a good question. I don't know. That's really awful. Weird. Am I going to do the FX for the gun on stream? I sure am. I sure am. First, I just want this animation to work, please. Thank you. Just work, that'd be wonderful. Did I get these backwards or something? Is this one supposed to be like closing, the other one's supposed to be opening? Maybe I got them backwards. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I have just goofed a little bit. Wait. What? Wait a minute. Is that why? No, because it should autofill, right? Fans are very toxic. I would not know. Considering that there hasn't really been a massive increase in Sonic fans over the years, I would not be shocked if they were. Well, I say that, but the movies exist. I don't remember hearing great things about Sonic fans. No, there's no such thing on the outside looking in as hearing good things about Sonic fans as somebody who has looked from the outside in, I'm afraid. Machine gun model animation graph, fire 1 animation, fixed aim still up. A base animation for opening and closing. As it should be. One doesn't have an opening and closing. Phantom model animation graph. Am I missing something here? Adam, thanks for the 2! It's also base. Base combat closing, combat opening. What in the ever-loving... Thank you for the 2 sets. Since the gun closing to fire reminds me of the Wraith's cannon when it fires, why not make it fire something akin to Revenant bolts, but with an arc and faster, big explosive plasma pistol overcharge? Adam, have you seen the awesome projectiles this thing shoots? It's very similar to what you're thinking, and they are very big and explosive. It's awesome. Very awesome. I just want to know why it is already open. And what the ever-loving fuck is happening with it? RFK Jr., thank you for the 2, said Sonic created furries. Prove me wrong. Hey, maybe. We don't know enough to say for sure, but it is possible. It is possible. Alright, I have my decision. I know what I'm doing. Adam, thank you for the 2! I actually don't remember. Also, you didn't read the rest of my previous chat. You said also ODST fandom door clip in stream chat. Right, after this, I'm locking in for a second because I am getting frustrated. Well, that was a cool scene. Oh yeah, it is the... Yeah, that's where I've seen a door before. I wonder if it's real or if they just pretended. I don't remember. I think it was real. I vaguely recall seeing it when I was working on this other Phantom interior. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm freaking the fuck out. Tool, extract, render, data, objects, vehicles, Phantom, turrets, chin gun, chin gun. Okay. I'm going to import that in a Blender. Okay, here's the Phantom Shin Gun. Its default pose is in a closed position. Good, that's how it ought to be. That's how the other one is as well. Literally just an armature with a bunch of shit on it. That's fine. Now what we're going to do is we're also going to grab all the animations for it. I'm going to go ahead and grab those real quick. We're going to look for here. Perfect. This is what we're going for. We're going to go for Halo 3, data, objects, vehicles. We're going to go for the Phantom right here, turrets, chin gun. We're going to grab all of these. All it has is an opening, closing, and an aiming. It doesn't need anything more because that all just works and it's fine. We're going to take a look at exactly how these work because clearly I'm missing something, because if I wasn't, this would all just be working. So we're going to enter pose mode right here. We're going to take a look. Combat closing. None of it worked. All right, let's try again. All right, looks good. We got it back. This time things actually worked correctly. We're going to do a quick little Foundry import and hope the animations actually work on this one. Okay. I have a suspicion this is not correct. Right, because I used Foundry incorrectly. One more time. We have the chin gun. What about Drake's hairline? It's perfect. Although my hair does look especially awful today, which is admittedly my fault. Okay, we have it now. Combat opening is where it closes up. Combat closing is where it closes up. It opens up. So they're the reverse of what you expect, and then with the aiming animation. God, I just want to copy that. It looks so much better than what I did. But okay. So this is where the issue arises. It should just look like this. Also for the closing, it's literally one frame and it starts to open. That looks way better than the one I did. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of fucking everything else. That's for the aiming animation. Literally just has the turret like lean over to account for all of its movements, and it goes bottom, middle, up. Okay, we're good. But I'm saving this so I have reference. Alrighty. Let's get rid of all unnecessary animations in here. Idle go. Fire go. Okay, that leaves us just with these animations and export, so I can export it properly. And closing, so the closing. Jesus Christ. Closing. Fine. No, that's backwards. This should be opening. This should be closing. So they have been backwards the whole time. Not that that really had a particularly huge effect. Fire's good. And now I have to make an actually good aiming animation for it, which actually should be pretty easy. Recast me for what? Combat, any, aim, combat fixed, aim still. Alright, here's our aiming animation. We have opening, closing, firing, and aiming. For aiming, the animations that we're going to need here are very simple. It's just two bones. It's going to be the arm bone and the gun bone. Alright, so here's how it's going to work. We have our base layer, then we have the bottom layer here. This one's going to look over to the right. In order to do that, I'm going to give a funny little tilt The gun arm. Okay, so we have the looking right, then it goes center, and to the right. Give me another RZ45. So this is the middle one, it's good. So for the downward facing one, I'm gonna double check the Halo 3 one. Was it straight up and straight down? No, it was kind of facing slightly up, but then this one did go straight down. I think the angle for this is probably about 45. Yeah, this just had the gun bone. For up, it was probably... I guess I'll check the actual Phantom chin gun amount so that I can get it right. It's 90 to 30. Oh no, 75 to 30. That's fine. Okay, we're good now. Export this out to JMA, JMO. This is aiming. I'm going to go to this animation here, opening, which is a 24 frame. Export JMA, JMA. This is now opening. Getting these properly fixed this time. I'm going to go to closing, export JMA, closing. I think we finally have the animations we're after. My god. Well, sort of. What up, Anna? And Pea Stain, let's go. Hello. The one and only. Base Phantom turret looks like claws. Yep. I'm trying to get it to look especially like claws. Why is vehicle aiming still in here? Do I still have that in the folder? I do. Oh, did that fix it? Looks like I'll have to reposition the turret a bit, but I think finally working the way I wanted it to. No, not quite, I'm afraid. Looks like it still doesn't want to open upon entry. In and the vehicle is powered on, the turret is off. Not even aiming at that. Look how it looks like it's closed. Yeah, I just had to do a bunch of custom bones and rigging and stuff to get it to look like that, but it's now not responding appropriately here. Perhaps I'm missing something. Is there like a limit for opening and closing animations? 25 frames from 1 to 25. Am I missing something here? Does it like need to be 25 frames? I thought it could just be anything. Yeah, I forgot to export this one. Combat fixed. Aim still up. Am. Okay, it's aiming, but the opening and closing animation does not play. It should be opening here. Firing works, aiming works, but opening and closing are not triggering. Well, actually closing is triggering. It's just not recognizing that it's open. Because of course it's not! Why would it? That's crazy. Milkman? Dude, thank you for the 14 months. What the fuck? Did you know Tom Cruise was considered for the voice of Master Chief, but poor Steve Downes got the role? Wasn't he like insanely famous at the time? There's no way. I don't believe that. That sounds 14 milky months true. Thank you for those very milky months, my friend. But I don't believe that at all. That sounds like fake news. But, okay, actually, I need to know what the fuck is going on here. We have the Phantom as combat closing and combat opening. That's all it has. Plus, combat fixed aim still open. And a firing animation, to be fair. Why no work? Why no work? The exported ones have combat opening.jma. That's good. That's good. Steve said so himself in a YouTube short. Really? Well, I'm glad they went with Steve because he's a fucking iconic voice actor. Should I just like refresh the game? Like what? I'm in the driver's seat. Hello, it's me. I am piloting the craft. I'm literally using these vehicle tags as the basis. I have not even edited them. This is the default vanilla Phantom, default chin gun. It has a powered seat, 015. Phantom turret. No powered seats. It's got a basic ass like thing that it does. Whoa. Does the animation have to be 25 frames? I don't think so, but I did that just in case. What the fuck am I missing, dude? What? I don't want to deal with this. I just want to make cool effects. I just want it to work. What the fuck is going on? This is an issue that I have done and fixed before, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what the solution is. Wait. I think I know what's going on. I have an idea. I don't know if this is what's actually happening, but I have my little steering animations, and that's great and that's dandy. What if I made a new one? Called Combat Opening. What if it needs a combat opening and a combat closing as well in order to work? Maybe the fact that the main Phantom doesn't have those. Oh, that does it. The main vehicle just needs a combat opening and closing animation too, even if they don't do anything. There it goes. We did it. We did it, gamers. Now we can actually make the cool effects with the cool sounds and the turret looking awesome and everything. Also, one thing I want to fix before I spend too long here is the offset of the turret. It's a little bit off. I need to move it like up and in a touch. The actual turret marker is not great. I'll just give it a test run. Hey, that Phantom turret looks so cool, right? It does look super cool. Make it shoot rounds like in Reach. That's the plan. Let's see if it reorients here. Come on. Okay. Slightly up and slightly forward. See how close this gets it. I don't need this to necessarily be exact, but would like it to be close. I want it to just be like very like flush when closed. Ideally. I'm just down a little and that's chilling. Honestly, this could work just fine, but my only gripe is that the turret's a little too big to be stowed away. Just saying, by the way, Halo Reach never had these animations. Were this something you see up close, it would not surprise me if it would have gained these animations. Let's see how they look. Nice, not bad, not bad. I really did that all just to see the animations, and I could not see them there at all. Oh, I saw it a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. That looks good. We got brand new animations made for this thing. Now we need to make an actual weapon for it. So for that, that's where we're going to have to get a little creative, because we're going to need to get some special stuff from Halo Reach for this. So let's do that. This is the Space Phantom chin gun here. Oh, I forgot the Space Phantom had a giant shield. I totally forgot about that. It has like a big old front shield. Maybe people were right. Maybe it was a shield projector. Well, in any case, it works like a turret when you mod it in, so I'll go a foot. Alright, so what I want to do though is check out the weapon. The weapon itself is what I'm trying to mimic, and I'm going to try to grab its fire rate and a couple of other settings on it. So we're going to go ahead and make those real. So we don't need the main Space Phantom, we're chilling on that right now. Phantom also had a rear gun, it did. I probably won't be including that though. I'm going to be doing the chin gun, the side guns on both sides, and then run an impenetrable shield. Yeah, well, mine doesn't. Mine's multiplayer, and it's just a really strong big Phantom that's cool and badass, and everybody's gonna go, wow. There we have our Space Phantom turret. And I'm gonna try copying the existing settings from this, and we'll just see how it kind of like goes. So 2 to 4 rounds per second, 0.5 acceleration. That's default Phantom settings. Fire recovery, 0.5. Hey Weasel. Minimum error, so projectiles per 1 is 0.25 minimum, 1 to 1.5. I think these are default reach settings for the Phantom, if I had to guess. But now we need to get the actual projectile, which if you have not seen the Space Phantom projectile up close, it's fucking awesome, dude. It's so cool. What do I think? Wish the chin gun was a laser. Reminds me of the Death Star's laser dish. Well, I think I might make the side ones lasers. We'll see, though. I'm not sure. I just want to get the... I love the chin gun of the Space Phantom. I think it's super badass, and I want to get it in. I'm going to do 2 rounds per second. I'm going to do 1 round per second. The fire recovery time of 1 second, and we'll see how that feels. I'm going to use it with a default Phantom, because these, I hope you know, these are like really heavy explosive rounds. Let's see. Okay, I can't shoot anymore. I broke it. I'd like to not have it be broken, thank you. Hey, Weasel. That's not bad. Miss Dono. Laffy, thank you for the 2. Sorry about that. Yo, RJ, what's up? Just vibing with the Jiral Hane today. One of them called me Tiny Demon and threw me a gravity hammer. I think I'm in the back now. You are. Congrats. That's fucking badass. They're called brutes, by the way. Please never say that word in my presence again. I swear to God, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. They're called brutes, dude. They're brutes. They're called brutes. They're called... God damn it. Alright. Alright. Space Phantom turret, that's cool and all. But we're gonna look at the projectile that comes out of the Space Phantom turret, because obviously it's not supposed to just fire boring little sad, pathetic Halo 3 rounds. No, 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 no. In fact, we're gonna pull it up in Halo Reach so we can get a good look at this thing. I'm gonna have Halo Reach open in the background. Now instead, we already have the sound. I need to put it in the game technically, but we do have the sound, so that's good. What we're looking for is the projectile. Why am I in the effect? I'll get to the effect later. We need the projectile first. So, the projectile is big as fuck, dude. It's huge. And it's got some really cool effects on it. Milkburn! Thank you for 5. I appreciate it. How do you feel about the new marathon not having a campaign? I wish it did. It should. Games should not be moving in the direction of multiplayer live service only, but that's the trend the industry is going in, because if you think about it, if you're trying to do an online-only shooter and you're trying to give your entire dev resources to it, you're really going to need to do a whole lot content-wise for that online-only shooter, and therefore it becomes a bad business proposition to try and make a complex, detailed campaign for a game. It's not worth the money to do it when you could just be raking in boatloads of cash from an online-only shooter. So from a business perspective, it makes sense. Logically, from a gaming perspective, I fucking hate it. It sucks ass. But I'm not gonna put my head in the sand and pretend like it doesn't make sense or something. It makes perfect sense, but I'm fucking upset about it. It sucks. Big dick. Fucking bullshit. Where you do weapons, engine lights. I'll get there. It's easy. I literally just turn them on and off. Phantom turret, projectile. No. Space Phantom turrets, chin gun, weapon. I don't know, heard it was fucking big day. We're talking about Marathon not having a campaign. Obviously, it's not viable business-wise. I mean, it is viable, actually. But I get it. If you're trying to just make boatloads of cash and make a new thing, spending all the time to write a gigantic, massive, like, detailed story in a campaign is not going to be worth the money investment to create said complex, deep story, like, campaign, voice actors, mocap, all that stuff, when instead you could be raking in boatloads of cash from, like, a fucking battle pass. Right? I get it. It sucks ass, but I get it. Projectile effect for this, we're going to go ahead and throw this into our Space Phantom here. Turrets, chin gun, FX. There's our new projectile effect. Alright, so what we're going to do for this, I'm going to yoink the projectile, not the projectile, I'm going to yoink a light volume, duplicate, we're going to swap it to the Space Banshee, which uses a contrail right here, the engine running contrail. I'm going to throw that into here. Turrets, chin gun effects, we're going to throw that into here. Projectile contrail system right here. Then we're going to also grab the light volume that exists in the Phantom turret. I'm going to take that, I'm going to put it into the Space Phantom as well. It's going to give us full control over the visuals now without accidentally editing the actual projectile itself. Now we can edit the way that our cool projectile looks without any issues. What we're going to try to do is copy the projectile contrail here first. That's going to be more important in my opinion. Got done playing your mod a couple hours ago. Let's go! Which one? I have a lot of mods. Wispy Trail, we want the Hunter Beam, which, what does it look like in Halo 3? Is it the same as Reach? Yeah, it is. Same thing. Okay, so now we got the Hunter Beam. Now what we need to do is we're going to change its color over time. Hi, Weasel. You want to come sit on my desk a little bit? There you go, kid. Okay, back. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to make it so the actual beam itself is going to be very similar. So profile size is 3 to 1.5 on a pretty steep curve. So we're going to go ahead and adjust that real quick. Profile size 3 to 1.5. We'll probably delete that point. Just do a little bit of that there, like so. Lifespan on this thing is going to be 1 second with an emission rate of 15. Origin point fade cutoff is 0.15. 0, 1.5. Edge fade range 3, 5, 0, 0, 0, all the way down. Okay, cool. So now we're chilling on that. Now we have the lifespan and stuff, self-acceleration or anything. We don't need any of that. Then we're going to move down a little bit here, and we're going to look for the actual profile color, which is going to go based off of... what in the fuck? Profile color, profile age is what it's set to. I think, did you add Ultimate Forge add a jungle firefight? I guess so. I gotta fix the bug that makes everything crash first, but yeah. Alright, I don't think I can do hex values with this. 77, 88, 255. And then the bottom color here is 255, 128, 22. Okay, so we got that working, and we just need to get the curve about the same. Maybe a point here in the 4th quadrant. Let's add that point. 4th quadrant, flatten it out. Just up a little. Looks about good. I don't know what the fuck this point is, but I'm getting rid of it. Yo, Laffy, thanks for the 2. Appreciate that. It said, yo, RJ, what's up? Just taught the Jiral and Hane how to dab. And they're doing synchronized war chants on TikTok. Please help. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for you, my friend. You simply have to live through this now. This has become your life. But I believe in you. You got this. They're going to make a lot of money on TikTok, so you're actually, it's fine. You're chilling. Black point goes to the 4th quadrant, then all the way up to 0.85. It's the contrail age, the profile age. Is the alpha the same? It is. So 0.85, 0, 4th quadrant starts to ramp up. Add point. We're going to set this to a spline and a spline. Boom, boom. Grab that, grab that. Let ramp up. Looks good. Almost there. No palette. Profile intensity 1 to 3.5. 3rd quadrant drops down. Okay, we're looking good. Let's see if we got the contrail on the projectile right. Did I have to make it exact? No, but am I satisfied that I did? Absolutely. That contrail does look about right. Though I'm probably going to increase the brightness. Now, as for the actual light volume, which makes up the bulk of the projectile, we're going to have to make that way better, because right now it's a tiny purple thing that's so tiny we literally cannot even see it, and that's lame. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's just hot core based. That's also what we have here. All right, so length 8. I'm just going to copy all these values because these are more or less the same. Add source times source alpha. Yeah. Looks good. 8, negative 6.7 offset. Jiro and I Glizzy Overdrive NPC TikTok live stream. Looking badass, dude. Thickness goes 0.5 to 0.4. I think it's about the same. Yeah, just maybe like a little lower. Nice. All right, profile color. 96, 82, 255. Then it goes to kind of a red. I like this color a lot. It's 255, 52, 28. It's a nice color. And then profile alpha goes 1, 0. But the curve is like very high, and then second quadrant. About there, and then it does a smooth drop off all the way down. Intensity, I think, is about the same. 5 to 1. No, wait, what? Yeah, so we want 3 to 0.5. I'm probably gonna have to update these because in Reach things get a little bit, look a little bit brighter than they do by default in Halo 3 because the game's just honestly so damn grungy. Okay, profile intensity is just gonna drop from like that kind of down to there. Okay, let's see. Does it look cool? It does, but it's very not intense. That looks a little cooler. I don't like that it comes from like behind it, but the actual projectile itself looks pretty awesome. I yearn for bloom, as do I. I think I should make the trail have a little bit higher intensity as well. I yearn for more bloom as well. The plasma should feel like plasma, you know? Get some of that glow into it. 3.5 is also going to go to 15. Although I missed some of that old color it had. That was like, I'm gonna switch it back to 3.5. I'm gonna switch the other one not to that insane bloom of 15. I'm gonna try like 5. Just that orange color gets a little too blown out. It's not even supposed to be all that orange. It's supposed to be a little more red. Maybe if I do 15 and then switch to a little bit more red, it would be a little nicer. That's a bit better. It doesn't feel that intense. Let me up the color grid, perhaps. Nope, 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 we're going back. That's pretty cool. I don't mind that. I'm doing Banished vehicles. I prefer making brute vehicles, personally. Now we just have two more parts. Well, technically 3. Sounds, which we're gonna add right now. Then we need to do the firing effect, which I need to mask the giant projectile. It needs to be kind of an explosive, quick firing effect. And then the impact effect when this hits the ground. So when this impacts the ground, it is a bomb. It's a giant bomb that goes off. Right now, it does not look like that. Adam, thank you for the 2! Appreciate it. I looked at the video that reached Space Phantom's gun, you're right. It is pretty cool and pretty powerful looking. Also, I think you should add a bit of recoil to the gun so the closing and opening firing animation doesn't seem so static. I agree. I was planning on it, but I needed to... I think I even said it earlier in the stream that the firing animation is a bit of a test just to see if I could even get all the animations working right. But yeah, hard agree with you. I agree with you completely on that. It's very, like, static. It just closes real quick and then opens back up. But yeah, I totally agree. Really love the look of this so far. I'm pretty happy with it. Make the round explosion do the same explosion as the Cubby Bomb? No. President of the AA gun? Also no. I don't think it would do anything to the AA gun. I think it's got like no collision damage on it so that people can't just ram each other. What if the gunner turrets had AI for defense? It wouldn't know which team to target, sadly. Did you make their dreams come true? Really, it's not a lot. I'll boost into it. I'll probably just die. Nope, nothing happens. I nulled all the damage. Nothing happens. bummer a bit. But all right, before we do the awesome explosion and the awesome firing effect, I'm gonna read Laffy's too. Thank you very much. Said, yo RJ, what's up? The brutes went viral on TikTok. Use the ad money at the ghetto thrift store. You could just call it a regular thrift store. They came back wearing fur coats and gold chains. They keep calling their choppers whips. I heard one say, "Be in the trenches, God. What do I do?" I don't know. It sounds like they're having a good ass time. That's sick. Why not? Hold on. Breathe. Close you in. Alright. We're doing a thing, and that thing was sounds. That's right. I actually exported all the firing sounds already. Weasel, be nice. I already exported all the firing sounds. So, we're gonna put them in the game now. Sound, vehicles, Space Phantom. And we're gonna do firing. We're gonna throw all the sounds in here for firing, and we sadly have to close all the mod tools real quick. A rear gun? There is technically a rear gun, but I'm probably not gonna add it. Actually, in modern lore, they shrunk the slip space drive so the Phantom can be normal. God, I wish. I'm making all this up. Everyone is. The amount of people who just make shit up and are like, yeah, dude, it's canon, because if you think about it, stop thinking. Stop. You're just making shit up. Alright, sound. Sounds, single layer. Sound, vehicles. Space, Phantom, firing. And then we gotta do, the type is weapon, fire. The bank is gonna be Space, Phantom, fire. There we go, it's in! Alright, let's boot everything back up. Did you reduce the Space Phantom size? I did not. I kept it larger because I kind of came to the conclusion, well, yes, it makes sense for it to be small. It's kind of just cooler big. I may increase, yeah, I did increase the chin gun size to account for it, because then in Reach, funnily enough, the chin gun is still really tiny for like a regular Phantom size. They never scaled the chin gun up, even though they did the whole Phantom, but I just thought the big one was kind of cool. So I kept it. I kind of wanted to shrink it, but Jesus, that tweet's doing numbers for like no reason. Alright, so I was checking stuff on the side. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up the new sounds now. So let's grab the firing effect on our chin gun weapon here. This is using... Right now we just have a regular firing effect. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We're going to put it into our Space Phantom folder. This is going to be a brand new effect. Firing. And we're going to swap the sounds. We do need to do effects and stuff. We're going to swap the sounds. How can you slip in space when there's no banana peels? Yeah, you just triggered Donkey Kong. I cannot believe you just said that right now. Alright, Phantom turret fire. Is there anything unique about this? It's just 10 to 85. Yeah, I'll leave this open for now, but it does have random pitch bounds. That's kind of cool. But anyway, sounds, vehicles, Space Phantom, firing sound. Save that. I'm gonna up the distance for this thing. Right now it's 10 to 85 meters, but this one I'm gonna probably want to do minimum distance like 20 to 150 meters because it's really big. Yeah, I'll do like 200. We can still hear it from a distance wise. Then the thing is, gain base is going to be, it says -4, I'll probably need more. Gain variance is going to be up to 2, be -50 to 50 cents, which is not that much, but it's enough to add a little bit of interesting stuff. Pitch modifier. I'm going to leave that at 0. Giga Chad Phantom? Actually, though, it's so cool. Can't remember. It's funny you said that. The music just swelled to be so loud, and I was immediately turning it down and was reading that at the same time. We do have Reach open as well. I could actually check the Space Phantom in here. I don't want to spoil the beauty of the sounds yet, but... Alright, we need to spawn in a Space Phantom here. My modded, flyable one. It's so orange. No, I take it back. I got the color about right. It's just an angle thing. You can see the blue. It's actually interesting. You can still see the blue on that pretty good. Alright, let's go to Halo 3. Let's listen to our fancy new sound. It's the unmuffled version as well. That is really quiet. I need to turn that way the fuck up. That's kind of weird. What does it sound like in Reach? Does it not sound like that? Oh, it has a really big lens flare on it as well. I need to add that. One of these has like an over-the-top bass sound that I'm gonna have to fix. Yeah, let's add that lens flare, because it would look really good with a nice bright lens flare on it. A little shade of red looks sick, right? I kind of dig the sound effects. Well, as is one, if you listen, has like it's like a kick to it, where it goes like in bass. Can't say I dislike it. Is this for Ultimate Forge? Yes, and Hugegrass, because Hugegrass is also part of Ultimate Forge now. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to do this because it sounded fun, and I'm really enjoying it, which is like, I've been kind of burnt out for a while, so doing something I'm really enjoying right now is pretty great. Nice though. Right, the lens flare. I forgot there was a lens flare on it that I was not expecting. It's probably directly attached to the projectile. Yeah, projectile lens flare. The lens flare uses the star flare. Not what I meant to do. I think we have the star flare in Halo 3. Let me double check. But yeah, there is a lens flare on it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the projectile here. Duplicate this and swap out. I think for the lens flare, I might just use the Reach Seraphs. It's got a lens flare that's kind of nice. Maybe not. Oh, it's in here. FX. A boost light. Hi, Weasel. Close the projectile lens flare. I'll just try to match this up as best I can to the Reach one. It won't be exact, but Weasel. We're using large flare. Let's do star flare. Star. We have star glow. We have 8-point star flare. What does this look like? Close? What about star glow? What's that? No. I'm gonna do 8-point star. Alright, so we're gonna try and match this up. So first things first, it just has an occlusion inner radius of 0.25. And I'm just gonna leave all those settings as they are. Then it has a radius of 3. Brightness is just 1. Does not have anything but for this. Color is this with a tint power of 5. Anything else in here? Nope. Okay. Let's see how it looks. To be honest, I don't see shit. Hey! God damn, dude. This fucking cat drives me crazy. I have this attached to the projectile, right? Does it need a marker for that? Nope, no marker. Does the reach have a fade distance thing going on here? All 0, 0, occlusion inner radius scale. We have that as none. I would like this to work, please. Missing chair shotgun right now. We don't talk about the chair. Gonna meet my friends in the Minecraft movie. Yo! Don't forget to be horribly obnoxious and throw popcorn fucking everywhere and make the theater goers' lives absolute hell. Can I not attach a lens flare here? I'm fucking confused. I'm gonna try putting the lens flare in the effect. Maybe this is just like a weird thing that happens sometimes. Oh, it's working. So I'm gonna be honest, that one looks particularly awful. Okay, maybe I will steal the reach one, because that one looks significantly better than the one in game. I'm gonna screenshot it because I'm lazy. Yeah, that's right. Screenshot noises. Be scared. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Yo, Alexander, thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. The check support chat. I found something similar to your space model reach, except it has more ships. It looks interesting. Could give you ideas. We actually watched most of that video yesterday. If you check, I actually commented on it. And yeah, that's by Imperator Vegetarius, creator of the original awesome space mod. Back in Reach before mod tools. He did a fucking amazing job on it. It's so cool. I actually love it. He absolutely knocked it out of the park. And if you want, you can go check toward the latter half of yesterday's stream is when we took a look at that. But yeah, it was super fucking awesome. All right, so we're gonna take this, delete, we're gonna go to the alpha channel, paste. Now, I'm gonna put this in the game, and hopefully this will look a lot better than the existing one that we had. Weasel! Ma. All right, we're gonna swap this one out for our brand new one. Actually, this isn't a special format. Palletized AY8. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and set this correctly. Trevor, thank you so much for the 2. Appreciate it. I don't know if you meant to say anything, but I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. If you did, please type it in chat. I will try to read it. That crashed my game. Let's go! I don't think I'm allowed to set it as palletized. I think it's gonna crash again if I try to load in with this thing. I'm pretty sure there was like a weird bug around this. We have to do it like a hyper-specific way, like overwrite an existing one or something. I don't know. FX, bitmaps. Yep, that crashes my game instantly. Alright, so we're gonna have to go to particles. Uses FX lens flares bitmaps. FX lens flares bitmaps. We're looking for this one. I'm going to take this, bring it all the way back. Hey, Halo 3 tags, objects, vehicles. Sorry, I will read stuff in a second. I am fucking dealing with absolute garbage doo-doo. Hey! Why does my cat have to be a bully? Darksteel, thank you for 26 months. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Kill me. I am in constant pain. My God, Jesus. What Cat Weasel wants to cause constant chaos, she does, yeah. She desires chaos. Darksteel, you good, man? Don't be worried. We're good. All right, good news. This shit do not work at all. I'm just gonna have to leave it as like a diffuse. It is also precious. She is very sweet when she's not trying to literally murder the other cats. And you can't look at a cat and be like, no, that literally just doesn't work on them. That's just how their brains work. You just can't treat them like dogs. It just straight up doesn't work. What if we were in the Minecraft movie? You know, great question. So glad you asked. I'd probably throw like fucking 5 buckets of popcorn over the entire theater, making a giant, enormous fucking mess. That would be so cool. Flint and steel. Yo! Vander Ploeg. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the $19 tip. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. That's very generous. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. Said this thing better have gunner stations with side cannons. It will. I haven't added them yet. They're gonna go right here and right here. I'm gonna make this one vehicle for 2, and then do the exact same thing on the other side. And you're just gonna be able to fire in whatever direction your heart desires. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, I probably should have done an occlusion test. Oops. But the new star flare is in and it looks cool. Whoops. Nice. That's pretty cool looking. I like it. That looks much more correct. Now we need a really cool explosion. We need to make it fire way fucking slower. My God. But honestly, so far so good. Let me drive it, please. Soon. Very soon, in fact. Do 1 per second. Fire recovery time 0.5. No, I think it was like 2 to 4. I think it was like that. Try again. And we have fancy animations that lore scale is dead, it is dead. It's absolutely wholeheartedly dead. But look, we have cool animations that the original never had. Fancy, eh? Oh my God! It's absolutely not correct, even a little bit. Alright, let's try that again. How does it work in reach? We have 2 to 4 rounds per second. Fire recovery time 0.5. Acceleration time 0.5. Why does that not make any sense? Because I have that and it is going crazy fast. Deceleration time is 1. Yeah, that's also true. Map mod update release date? No release date, but soon. If I give a release date and then I miss it, everyone's going to actually kill me. It was supposed to come out a while ago. Moving happened. Oh, this feels much better. Much, much better. Check it in reach. How big is the explosion in reach? Not that I'm going to use it necessarily. Massive, fucking enormous explosion. Now, we don't necessarily need to make ours that big, but it would be cool to have a big Covenant explosion. So, I am going to, at least as a test, give it a large generic Covenant explosion. Hi, Weasel. Hello. You're not going out. You just wanna cut kitties with your claws. That's not happening. Still not happening. Alright, explosions. We're gonna do Covenant explosion large as a test, just to see if it looks any good. Does it have a thingy? Up, perfect. Perfect. Do that for the airborne as well. That's Covenant explosion large. It's tiny. Excuse me? That is not a large explosion at all. That is tiny. Well, yeah, maybe high charity. No, high charity. Maybe? What about high charity explosion? That one just doesn't work. That one has a marker set on it. Yeah, it's set to root. Let's just temporarily set that to up and see what this looks like. These are all tiny and sad. Okay, well, what if I do like the longsword missile explosion? Is that gonna be like too big for it? And it's gonna be a human explosion, but like, oh my god, one of the camera track points is messed up. God damn it. Okay, that is a bit large for this. It looks really cool, but having this spammed all around is going to be way over the top. Okay, brains. Brains may be back in time. Or are people still talking? No, they are. They're not back in time. Yeah, it does look very cool. The explosion is too big, I think. I will take this explosion and I will steal it. And I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit. Let's first go ahead and jump into the Space Phantom folder. Turret's Chin Gun FX. Throw it in the detonation effect for that. Paste that in there. Alright, now we're going to make it plasma. How much damage does it have? Not sure yet. Haven't balanced it. Detonation light. I think we should probably just not have a light on this one. Well, if it only lasts for a second, it's probably fine. I just don't want this to be like a massively intense effect since it's probably going to be spammed around a decent bit, but I mean, probably fine. Alright, what else? We have a explosion, huge soft terrain, snow decal, that's fine. Large explosion sound, that'll be fine for now. We'll swap it later though. And then a screen effect. Ooh, yeah, actually, I fuck with that. Screen effects are pretty awesome. Add quite a bit. What's the color on it? That kind of blue. Alright, we're chilling. Now, explosive flashes, which I kind of want to remove the explosive. No, not the explosive flash. The maybe it's the light spikes. Aren't these kind of orange in color? Arc embers. It'd be cool if we keep them. I'll make them kind of more yellow. The yellow sparks, regardless of whether it's Covenant or human, but nice yellow orange would be kind of sick. All right, then we have the lens flare, which doesn't exist anymore. Do we have a detonation lens flare? That's a little bit of a yellow lens flare. We're going to swap that out to our Space Phantom. Save, open, make it blue. Jesus. Yeah. Blue, please. Thank you. Moving on, the actual explosion itself. Awesome. So we have a giant slag burst, which, is it colored here? It sure is. But if it's a longsword... Actually, I suppose the slag burst should say the same, but... Vehicles, Space Phantom. I don't want this to rely on anything except itself, so we're going to go ahead and copy over these custom particles over to here. Slag noise as well. Because if I'm going to upload this Space Phantom, everything, all the way down to the exact particles used in an effect on a projectile, needs to be condensed, which is one of the reasons it's super annoying to upload certain things to GitHub, because this stuff, pain in the ass. But slag should in fact be orange because it's molten stuff, and molten stuff is an orange red. Trailing smoke. Is this brown by default? I hope it's not brown. It's just white, so it's regular generic gray smoke. Large effects. This is where the fireballs come in. Fireball, human large. We want fireball. Plasma large. Flickering embers. That's fine. Rolling smoke large. Kind of a purple tone. Still a bit of a blue tone on it, so that's why that way it's kind of like Covenant smoke. And then we have large flash, which I really don't remember this is. Light beams. All right. Okay, now we should theoretically have a Covenant version of that longsword missile. Alright, that slag burst noise is definitely getting turned blue. But I guess it's fine. What color is it in Reach? Kind of a blue with a purple in it. The explosions did become very purple in Reach. It would be nice to have some of that electricity in there for like plasma grenades and stuff. Looks. It's very scary looking. Okay, the firing animation sucks so much ass. I hate looking at it. I want to fix that immediately. I know it was just like a test or whatever, but God, it sucks. Do this, rotate. Let's grab the gun arm bone and the gun bone. recoil, kick it back like that. Maybe we can kick it back. RY10. No, I'll just copy these when I do it. You. What if I... Is it just gonna look better if I time them all together? Made more sense how the claw's opening when fired opposed to closing? No, because this way it kind of like goes... It kind of... Almost like it's chopping a bit off. Like, maybe if I do that and then have the recoil move to like 5, perhaps it goes like, oh, that feels better. Like chops the plasma off and the recoil hits. Recoil kind of takes a second after. That feels pretty good. Let's try that. The Wraith and the Revenant fires? Yeah, exactly. It's like this turret is almost like projecting a mortar that it fires, which it literally, I mean it is. I don't know why I said it pretty much is. It actually just is. Data, objects, vehicles, space phantom, animations. No. I need chin gun. Turrets, chin gun, animations. Replace, we'll run the chin gun. Animations. Let's see, does it look better? Oh, sorry, Weasel. My bad. It looks very artificial. Very, very artificial right now. We are going to have to tweak this pretty substantially. Milk Brand! Thank you for the 269, dude! I appreciate it. Chicken jockey. Alright, that's epic. That is... Alright, now that is epic. Thank you for the 269. A very milky 269. I appreciate that, man. Alright, my recoil is going to go crazy on this. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to try a quartic. Oops. Quartic on these, see how this looks. Oh wait, not on those. That was not the one I wanted. I wanted it on... Yeah, no, that was the one I wanted, actually. Excuse me. Darksteel, thank you for the 2! Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Okay, whatever the inverse of quartic is, I want that. Thank you, dude. Sinusoidal. I cast ADHD distraction spell. I do that every day. Wait, idea. Why don't I just do it manually? Halfway through, I could make it like 3/4 of the way through. So it's what, 20 degrees? So I can make it 15 right here. So RY 15. Wait. Big brain, RY 15. It goes 20, right? Yeah, 15. RY 15. RY minus 15. Ooh, that feels cool. Chuk-chung. And I think it should last maybe 20 frames total. Yeah, let's do this. JMA will be our firing animation yet again. And then one thing I'd like to do here is to run this. We're going to do model animations uncompressed so we can get all the detail out of these. And hopefully, the results will speak for themselves. Alright, that looks cool. I think with a firing effect, that's going to go hard. You saw in the zone, I think you noticed the tip. Was a tip? Oh, yeah, sorry. There was a tip. Well, it was a few seconds ago. Thank you very much for the two, Joe. Appreciate it. So, wait, so earlier you're going to have the Space Phantom side guns be combined into a single attachment. Did you mean be 2 pairs for left and right, so 2 attachments? Or all 4 combined into 1 attachment? It's 2. So that way you have a left side gunner and a right side gunner. It kind of has to be done that way anyway. But yeah, left and right side gunner. That way you can have 2 homies on the side each, making your firepower go up substantially if you decide to do so. I think that animation looks a lot better. What do you guys think? I'm pretty happy with the results of it. A little bit of extra jolt into the firing kickback there. Looks a lot nicer. We need a cool firing effect to really completely sell it, but... I think a nice firing effect will go a long way, though. I don't know what the reach firing effect looks like. I don't think I've ever looked at it, to be honest. But I will take a look now. Oh, it's... And the reach one is so weak. It has no animations or anything. I like mine way more now. It's not bad, though. It's pretty straightforward. It's like some kind of purplish, orangish, blue glows atop each other. We can do that in Halo 3. I think that'd be good. We can maybe even enhance it a little bit more. Let's take a look at how it looks in Halo Reach. We're at the point where we can do firing effects, I think. Open that firing effect, then we're going to go to our Halo 3 firing effect as well. Here's our weapon. It already uses a custom firing effect, we just haven't customized it at all. So the Halo Reach one has the sound, and it's got 2 particles, a muzzle flash round and a flash large. So let's take a look. Is that what the default Phantom has? I'm gonna guess yes. No, the Phantom by default actually has quite a lot going on. It's got an energy pulse, multiple muzzle flashes, a flash large, all kinds of stuff going on it. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna render these all at pretty long ranges. What is energy pulse? Why does this only render when you're close? Energy pulse? What do you look like? Oh, that's kind of neat. Guess we'll find out how that's used. Alright, so then we have this one, which is LOD always one, LOD always one, LOD always one, LOD always one. Alright, well, let's take a look. It only has 2 in reach, so we have 1 muzzle flash. The color of the muzzle flash is purple. And then we have a big, bright, generic flash, and the color is also purple. Oh, I guess it's just the red that's coming from the projectile. There's 2 big purple flashes, essentially. Oh, the projectile has an acceleration to it. I never even noticed that. You know, it kind of starts slow and then speeds up. That's kind of cool. I wonder if we should add that. Electric arc survey riot. There are spots on this for electricity, but they go unused, I think. I could add some electric arcs to be sure. Interesting. Very interesting. It's crazy how much better this one is. Alright, I'm gonna use the restroom really quickly. And then we'll get to adding these effects, so I will be right back. Dark Steel, thank you for the 2. Said, engineer, deploy a teleporter here. Good point. Can we get some engineers deploying a teleporter, please? Oh, that's so odd. Because oh, that's so strange. It's the projectile goes slightly up. Crazy dude. I love TF2. I miss TF2 as well. That was so fun, man. Those were the good old days. Then we got a claw like the Boston Dynamics dog. True. A big phantom. Alright, let's do a cool little particle effect for it. Let's do it! Make these all... If the whole phantom's been scaled up 1.5 times, the projectile's bigger as well. I'm gonna try a 3x size increase on all particles. 3, 1.5. Really, Weasel? I hadn't even thought of that. I did the bottom one. Is 3x'd. This one, scale 3. What? Weasel's making some banger points in the background right now. Wait. 1.5. Yo, Joe, thanks for the 2, man. Appreciate it. I think you did. It's doing that thing where the tail end of the chin gun projectile spawns in too far back from the barrel end. Also, meow. Yeah, it does. I might be able to fix it. Maybe not. It should be, by this firing effect should make it less obvious, but we'll see. Alright, flash large, also scale 3 to 1.5. Let's see. Maybe it's a little better. Oh no, that effect needs to be much larger. Much larger. Weasel, I still hear you. Alright. At the scale that it's at, I'm gonna try doing twice the size, and then after scaling everything up twice, we'll see. Scale 6. I lied. I'm gonna triple it again. Scale 9. Flash long. Scale 3. Oh wait, this also needs to be up to 3 times. 0.85. We'll just say like 2.5. That times 3 is going to be, hi Weasel, 7.5 to 9. Hey, sweetie. This one was 1.5 to 0.35. That's 0.7 to 0.5, 7, 1.05. 1.05 times 3 looks like 3.0. Wait, what? 0.35? Weasel, you just muted everything. She skipped all the Halo Wars tracks. Still going. Ooh! You ended off on a banger, Weasel. Good work. It was 0.35, then I would have 3x'd that to 7.5. 7. Plus another 0.35 becomes 1.05. And this times 3 becomes 3.15. I lied. I did not lie. It becomes 3.15, and this becomes 1.5 to 3 to 4.5. Why did that math take me so long? Particle size, 3 to 1.5. 1 to 0.5. This to 1.5. Times 3 becomes 4.5. Was that Discord ping supposed to be for rejected because the name he put as Darksteel's a meme name? Oh, was there a ping for me? I can check in a sec. Sorry, I AFK for a few minutes. I lost track of everything. 3 to 1.5 becomes 1.59. That does mask the extra long projectile pretty well. Though I think it should be of a higher intensity. The brightness of it's kind of low. Who pinged me? Who pinged me? Check this shit out. What is this, TF2? What's this TF2 stuff? What's this TF2? Ah, my ears! What is happening in this clip? Is this a mod on a server? This is MVM. What is happening in this clip? What the fuck is this? This is not a vanilla MVM mission. There's no way. It's hell on earth? Yeah, there's gotta be a modded MVM for sure. I'm confused at what I'm looking at. It's running on RAF mod. I don't know what that is because I haven't played TF2 in many years now, but neat. That's pretty good. I can't ask for much more than that. Kind of like a Wraith shot. Adam, thanks for the 2, dude. Appreciate it. I think it'll look better to make it close and recoil halfway instead of closing all the way. Also unrelated, I want to make a mod for MWO. Monster... I have no idea what that is. That replaces the cockpit voice from Sid from Titanfall 1. Any good AI voice generators, voice sample and stream chat? AI voice generators? That's a good question. Oh god, this thing has tracking. This thing should not have any tracking. This should be a purely like bombardment type weapon. Though it should definitely have a much longer projectile life. The distance it travels. Is that projectile when you turn away despawn before it impacted? Yeah, it is despawning. That's what I'm increasing right now. Firing effect is good for now. Oh, that's the firing effect. I need the projectile. In my mention? When are we going to do a TF2 community night? The only TF2 community night I would do is if we played on the Mario Kart map. I forget which map that is, but it would just be that with unlimited kills. And that'd be all it is. Weasel, I love you, but if you could not lick my controller, that'd be great. I doubt he's doing a TF2 one. Probably not. What is the maximum distance? Air damage, air damage range. What is the max range on this in general? Maximum range is 0. That probably is a default. I'm gonna say 250. Much better. That's so scary. Imagine just getting absolutely slammed by a barrage of these things in game. more turrets to the sides. It is about that time. Minus the fact that these do no damage. Most of the stuff is about done at this point. I want to get a little cinematic view of this thing. Can we blow this thing up? Not yet, but soon. Goodbye, grunts. It was nice knowing you. Are you alive? Die. Alright, cinematic view of this thing. It'd be nice to have like a warthog for scale. They did update TF2. That's right. They did allow you to do a lot more with it now. It's like all 64-bit and everything. I do need to tweak some of the shaders and things on this, but let's see. Cinematic view, how does this all work? The sound needs to be better. There's a really cool sound for the impact on these things in Reach. I definitely want that. Dude, those sparks are insane. What the fuck? Why do I have to look so far down to aim so far down? There's way too many sparks coming out of that. I'm gonna overload the fuck out of the game. That's so cool though. Alright, screen effect is a little bit over the top. What is the sound of the Space Phantom detonation again? That is kind of a cool sound, but I don't know if I like that sound that much. This one sounds scarier. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but it does sound a lot scarier. I think we could do better. Well, let's see. Try normal Reach Phantom detonation. That one's just a concussion rifle sound, I'm pretty sure. We can check though. No, projects, Halo Reach mods, that's infinite. Sound injection, Fubar 2000. I don't think for another 2, dude. Was hitting the character limit with my last down. Oh, wait, yeah, actually, AI voicing. I totally got distracted. Thank you. You said was saying the turn animation should be scaled back since it was closing all the way with every shot seems a bit too much. Check stream chat what I was saying about AI voice mods. Yeah. The only one I know is from people who used voice changers in VR chat a lot. There was a thing called RVC that they used. I had a friend try to set it up for me to do like vocal music covers and stuff. For a bit I was doing with some friends where we would like ask them to give us a 20-minute voice recording of themselves just talking for 20 minutes. And you would feed it into this thing called RVC. It had like a GitHub. And you could train people's voices on it. It was pretty cool. And it did a pretty damn good job, and people would use that to do like AI voiceovers, but it also had like a real-time voice changer with it, and it had like a voice changer where you could like just record yourself saying something, and then you could output it in the voice that you had. And there was like a Discord server where like you could download other people's trained voices that they would use like from other characters, and you could use that. It's called RVC. I don't remember much else other than that because one of my friends had a way beefier PC that was way more suited for that, and they would run the stuff. But it was very cool and very fancy, and I would recommend it, to be honest. That was the best thing I saw. Wait, what is this?
Warning, recommend regen. Warning, excessive damage sustained. Warning.
Yeah, this, you could use this clip that you sent in stream chat to train an AI voice on that for sure using RVC. 6 minutes is probably more than enough to get a pretty good result. What was I doing? Oh, right. Phantom. A Space Phantom missile. Is there a regular Phantom? What's the regular Phantom fire? Yeah, I think it just uses the... Jang, thank you for the 2! Appreciate it. If Jeff Steitzer had a voice on it, I'd nut. You could just train your own off of the Master Chief. I'm pretty sure that's what all of like the... bunch of YouTube videos and TikToks of like Master Chief and Arbiter talking, and I'm pretty sure they just use the exact same thing for that. I don't know if there's anything better than RVC these days, because that was like a year and a half ago probably, maybe longer. But it's my understanding that's what like the VR chat peeps use for like voice changers and stuff, and it was really surprisingly good quality. So if you're trying to use something, I would try that. Maybe Google if anything's better than RVC these days, but it was like totally open source, totally free. It's pretty dang neat. I'm gonna try looking for a Halo 3 detonation sound. The sound of the projectile fire needs to be a bit louder. Still sounds kind of spacey. It's just because it's far away. I think I just need to increase the range from which you can hear it. Which I can theoretically just tweak. Still sounds kind of spacey. It is a little bit spacey. I tried my best in Audacity to unspacify the sound of the firing. I think it did. It helped. It's not perfect, but it did help. Plus the projectile. I need the firing effect here. But yeah, I think it's like 20 meters away is like where you hear it at the maximum volume. I can probably just increase the volume a little bit. Low Weasel. Fake fan calling him the announcer, not the voice of God. Of course, apologies. Maybe 50 is a bit much. I'll try like 35. Hi, Weasel.
There's me kitty.
Alright. Alright. Okay, kitty. Little sweet kitty cat. Pretty good rendition of Space Banshee, I'd say. If we get those side turrets on this and add some destruction, this thing will be chilling. Sounds good at a distance, feels like it's missing some oomph from up close, you know, big gun and all that jazz. Yeah, I tried my best to unspacify and add back some of the oomph, but I probably will have to like add in some extra effects to it to really sell it. Pretty happy with how it's turning out so far. Okay, one thing I did say I was going to do earlier, but I haven't done yet, is adding the lights a toggle. The lights should definitely toggle on and off. Alright, so Illume Grav, I think already turn on and off. It's Illume 1 here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this. We're going to make this a curve from 0 to 30, with the input being driver seat power. But when this powers up, the lights will now come on. There we go. Very nice. And when I get out... Oh, you know what we need to do? Is add the cool engine lights on the front that Halo Reach's Phantom doesn't have. That's kind of a big deal. Okay, now when I get out, all the lights on it will... Off they go. Yeah, those Halo 3 engine lights are kind of huge, and I really want to add them onto here. Let me see how they look and work on the Halo 3 Phantom. Maybe add in that stationary AA gun noise. Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I don't want this thing to be too much because it's going to be spammed. I could use a little bit. Okay, let's get in the Phantom. We'll turn on the lights. So we're looking at all the way around, past the 90-degree angle on there. Roughly like 90 degrees, and there's one more beyond it, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 going all the way around with like some tall ones. They're all kind of just fitted to the scale that they have, but yeah, so about 12 total on each, 6 on each side. I think we could work with that. Go ahead and grab the Space Phantom right here. And it does have all these lights and stuff already on them. They're all literally just bound to this for the most part. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to, while on this material here, I'm going to grab this. I'm going to make a plane. I'm going to rotate it like so. And how large are they roughly? They're not too big. I need to fit 6 of them. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to actually separate this onto its own thing. I'm going to call this default. I'm just going to call it default lights, but it's not going to have its own anything. I'm just going to make sure it's on its own model. But yeah, so we look at this. Why is this? All right, there we go. So it's a light like that, so we're good there. This is using the new Reach material as well, so it's kind of fancy, kind of cool. I'm going to go ahead and scale this to be roughly about the same. And since we're going to need 6 of these, I'm just going to have to place this. I'm going to have to like manually place this, which is going to kind of suck, but maybe if we do like textures, I'll be able to see it a little bit better. Bro, chill. Please. You're stressing me out, Weasel. You're slapping my keyboard. I love you. Being so extra. Thank goodness. Strathing is awesome. Yeah, Strato when? That's a good question. We could definitely work on the Strato Sentinel. That'd be fun. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Bring that to that. I think this is okay. I might have to change the texture, but it's not bad. Not bad. So 6 in total, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I could work with that. I think I could work with that. Intrusive Thoughts 1, thank you for the 2! Appreciate it. Thank you. So which Covenant member species do you think lays eggs, and which ones do you think deliver live birth? Jesus. I hope they all lay eggs, because I don't want to think about it. In my opinion, they all lay eggs, and that's just science. Isn't science beautiful? Darksteel, thank you for the 2. Appreciate it. Would it be easier at this rate to take the top things and turrets off the Space Phantom and put them on the regular Phantom and color it to Space Phantom colors? Top things and turret off the Space Phantom and put them on the regular Phantom and give it Space Phantom colors. I could, but I like that the Reach Phantom gives the Space Phantom a little bit of extra uniqueness. I like that it feels different. I don't think you're wrong or anything. I think it's honestly a fair question to ask, but yeah, I like that it's a bit different. That's kind of cool. Wouldn't it work for the sides? No, it probably would actually. The sides and everything, as to be honest, I didn't know before I was like trying out all of this, but most of the Space Phantom is just like a little Reach Phantom with parts added. Like all they did was remove the side doors and add like new side doors. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not bad. So far, we're doing pretty good. Now we need to add 5 and 6 onto here. Not bad, not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have one more to do on this side. Okay, I think that's decent for this side. Chat's not moving for 0.1 second. Chat is dead. If chat's dead, so am I. Chat's alive again. Plus, Phantom stuff makes one think the poor Halo 2 Phantom never to return, even in H2A. Yep, H2A gave us the Reach Phantom with extra turrets. Very epic. Not that most Halo fans even know the difference, really, to be fair. do. That's 2. Right now it's 3, so now we're on 4. We're nearly done, guys. We're nearly there. Promised land. It's so close. It's so far. Okay, 1, 2. So we have 5. We need 1 more right here. Hi, Weasel. That looks decently good, actually. Oh my god, are you still satisfied? Wait, are you still satiated with Halo 2 modding from Halo 2 extensions? There's still more you want to do with Halo 2? I would do more Halo 2 modding, just not right now. Everyone's trying to get the Halo 2 modding out of chat. Is that what you guys are doing? Well, seeing how much people didn't want me to mod Halo 2, guess I'm making Ultimate Forge in Halo 2. I'll invent Forge mode just for Halo 2. No, no, no. You literally can't stop me. Oh, that was a chin gun. Whoops. Whoops. Wait for it. Oh? What do we think? Yay or nay? Yay or nay? I'm yaying. I'm yaying. I like it. That's gonna be a yay from me. Why does it fade out at the distance? What the fuck? I'm fixing that. That's weird. Okay, fixed. Are 2 more strips on the inside of the engine? Is there? Did I miss some? I feel like I probably did. Oh, you're right, yeah. Yeah, one on each side of the engine there. I never even noticed those. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Mm, okay, let's see if that looks good. Right, that those inside lights amount around the curve are straight and don't follow its curve. I think they follow the curve. Mine do at least. The Halo 3 ones do. I'm not sure which ones you're seeing that don't follow the curve. Halo 3 ones are kind of messy. They got like there's 4 and then there's 2 and there's 2. They're kind of uneven, disordered. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Seems like they just kind of shoved them into the area where there was space. Oh yeah, that does look a little bit nicer. Adds a bit of extra detail into there. Yeah, I like that. Pretty sick. A little bit of Halo 3 flair thrown into it. Yeah, you're right though. They don't follow the curve very well. They kind of just slapped them onto the engine where they could, based on like the flat part of the vertices. I think it looks nice though on ours here. Using the Halo Reach texture for the glow as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. This is a pretty good upgrade so far. We still need the side turrets, but like, if we take everything into account so far, it's like, we've got custom animations for turning the original didn't have. Added extra bones for the top flaps as well, so they rotate. These animations also were not active on the original Space Phantom, so these are technically now active. We've got extra lights on the engines now, so it's more like the Halo 3 Phantom. The turret on the bottom has a bunch of new animations, opening, closing, proper aiming animations for Halo 3, a firing animation with recoil. You can see the opening and closing is pretty nice. Closes like you would expect it to. The lights turn on and off. It acts like a totally solid vehicle. We do need a physics model and destruction states, plus the extra side turrets for the passengers, but not bad so far, not bad. I think Space Phantom needs a more powerful sounding engine than the normal version. I agree. The Space Phantom's space engine is kind of cool. It sounds like... where is it? It's like a higher pitched, louder. It's like the running sound at all times. So I think we're gonna have to come up with our own iteration of the Space Phantom sound, though. Like a large edited electric motor, maybe. Could be where the original sound originates from. I'm liking it though, I'm liking it. Maybe the fly noise is a bit of a rumble because of how big it is. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what would be good. I think what we'll probably do is extract. Let me see, what is this? Is the Halo Reach regular Phantom loop. What does that sound like compared to the Halo 3 one? Here's the Halo Reach Phantom loop. That's Space Phantom. Where's the Phantom engine? What is the difference? Let me go ahead and play the vanilla Halo 3 Phantom sound, and then we'll listen to the Halo Reach one right after. Let's go sound, vehicles, Phantom. We want the Phantom engine. There's 2 tracks apparently. Pause the music. Pause the music. Thank you, Tim. All right. Halo 3 Phantom's gonna be loud. Halo Reach Phantom. The same sound. It's the same sound. I didn't change it. Okay. In that case, we can pretty much do whatever the fuck we want. Raid? Is there a raid? Mistaking makes raid? Let's go! Welcome! Welcome, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if it took me a second to notice. It's kind of late, and I'm kind of sucked in here. I also don't get notifications for raids. Whatever, though. YouTube will be YouTube. They mix it with a Reach Spirit sound. Classic Halo 2 Phantom sounds out of curiosity. I don't even know what that sounds like, to be honest. It'd be funny if it's the same. Watch it be the same sound from all the way back in Halo 2. Alright. Still listen to the Halo 2 sound. Alright, Weasel. It's the same minus the wow 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 wow. Unless it's the same sound. It's literally the same fucking sound all the way until Reach. Just like slightly higher quality because they didn't have to compress it down as much for the game. But yeah, it's like 2 soundtracks. They can't keep getting away with it. A lot of sounds are like almost identical throughout the game, especially for Covey sounds because they're so iconic. A lot of the sounds stayed like almost the same, and then Halo 4 came out and it was like, let's change them all and make them sound nothing like what they used to sound like. Genius. They say the consistency? Yeah, usually they just like upgrade the like sound quality, that's it. The Space Phantom is the Space Phantom is the same size. It's the same size. We've been upgrading it a lot today, but yeah, it's the same size. We're chilling. It's still big. Big Phantom. I don't have its damage in yet, but it's looking pretty good. Very big. Saw the expos? Yeah. I was thinking about it, but I kept it the same. Not because it's like lore accurate or anything, because I think realistically it probably is supposed to be the same size as the regular Phantom, but it's cool and it gives it a differentiation that I like. So everybody else seemed to agree that it was cool. I agree with everybody else that it's cool. So same size it is. Is that Phantom of Destruction yet? Not yet, no. No butt gunner equals scam. There's not enough slots in multiplayer to do the butt gunner, I'm afraid. You can only have 3 attachments in a networked game, so it's going to be the chin gun, and then the 2 side turrets are going to equal up to 1. And then the 2 side turrets over here are going to be the 3rd. So it's going to be 1 vehicle, 1 vehicle, 1 vehicle. No boom. It has a boom, but it's a different boom. Why can't I hear it? It's not making a sound. Why isn't it making a sound for me? Oh, it's got a bad sound on it. It's using the trip mine explosion. I'm liking it though. Maybe the engines sound heavier or different from the normal Phantom. I'm going to. I just haven't decided yet exactly how I want to do it. I'll figure out something for the sound though.
I know you, Weasel. You know me, Weasel.
We're supposed to get to the side turrets today, but I got so fed up trying to figure out the chin gun. It was worth it because now the chin gun is like perfect, but that was a lot. I want to have like a leftover electricity effect on this. Dual rod explosion, electric arcs take upwards, but you can probably add that to the explosion. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. It needs some big electric arcs. I think I originally did have them, but I removed them because I re-grabbed this from the longsword explosion to save time. It's just like a plasma version of the longsword missile explosion. Brian, dude, thank you for the 6. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. Said hi, how are you doing? Nice streaming. Sending you a hug, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. It's good. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good, Brian. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm having a ton of fun today because I love working on drop ships, and the Space Phantom is very cool. Being in Halo 3, it puts a smile on my face. It's pretty cool. 560E spirit sound. I think I'm kind of pooped, and I want to do the sounds and the side turrets tomorrow, and we'll have it fully finished up by then. By the way, we didn't fly this yet today. Halo 3 Space Banshee. I really do like it in these colors. I totally forgot it was red and green in Halo Reach. But I have to say, in purple, it is very cool. Hello, what up? Welcome to content. You're catching me towards the end of the stream. Did I receive your tip? I did. Did you not hear me respond? I said I hope you were doing well, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. I just saw to come say hello. What do we do today? Well, we did the Space Phantom mostly today. I got a super polished version of it. We added like the Halo 3 engine lights, which are all those rings around the engines there, those glowy bits. I completely resolved and polished up a bunch of stuff. We got the chin gun working, which was way more of a nightmare than I expected, but it's fully re-rigged. It has articulating 3 little bits on it. It has a firing animation. We got the full projectile and effects on it, which looks pretty awesome. We got the sounds in, and when I get in and out, it plays a little animation here where it closes up completely, which was not a thing in Halo Reach. I also had to scale up the turret because when Bungie made the Space Phantom, while they did make it 1.5 times larger than a regular Phantom, the turret did not get the memo, and so it had a really tiny regular sized turret for like a regular sized Phantom. So I scaled it up 1.5 times to match and gave it a bunch of animations and stuff that I didn't have before, and it's pretty dang cool now. Should like get paid for this kind of stuff. Well, I have an awesome community that sends tips and super chats and stuff while I work on it, so I may not get directly paid for it, but I get paid for streaming, so that's cool. Close enough, right? Gunner, yeah, we do need to add the side turrets. Tomorrow I'm gonna do side turrets. I'm gonna get a better sound for it. It's still gonna sound like a Phantom, but it's gonna be, I'm not sure how I'm gonna change it yet, but I want it to be like a lower tone to kind of impress that feeling of size and scale, and I'll probably lower the pitch of a regular Phantom tone, but I want to add in some extra stuff into it. It's cool though. Big orange Phantom with headphones. Which side cannons had a weird noise. I don't remember what they sound like, to be honest. I don't think I've ever heard them fire. Is it not this sound? What do they fire these missiles? I don't even remember. Hey! Welcome to content with a tenner! Thank you so much for the $10 tip, dude. Close enough. I appreciate it. Thank you, dude. Close enough. Thank you. That's super generous, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting kind of tired. I woke up earlier than usual today. Issue different projectiles. It was a muffled bang. Oh shoot! I want to know what that sounds like now. Is that? They shoot different projectiles. Does anyone have a video of that? Adam, thank you for the 2. Thank you. I literally. Oh wait, let's see. He said for the Space Phantom, maybe underlay a pitch down Banshee engine sounds under the normal Phantom to make something new. Yeah, I was probably gonna do something like that. Also, I should change the Space Banshee sounds too to sound higher pitched and maybe louder since it's bigger and much faster. I do plan on giving them custom sounds as well. Wonder, do they have any custom sounds? Oh, they do. Wait. Okay, it's just a muffled Banshee. Oh wait, that's a Space Banshee sound. Interesting. Sorry, that was probably really loud, but that's the Space Banshee sound. That's the Space Phantom. That's the Space Banshee. Sounds like a hairdryer, dude. Well, I'll figure out exactly what I'm gonna do tomorrow, because that'll give me time to think. Brian, thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. Thank you, dude. I was confused for a second why I kept hearing stubble food bar sounds. Yeah, that was just me. Yeah, I really like how this is coming out, though. This is going to be super fun to have in gameplay for a variety of reasons. This thing is a total menace. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like and the absolute horrifying fear it's going to strike into people once it's got both side turrets done. Just absolutely raining hell down below. Oh, it's going to be so cool. No problem. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Well, I'll leave that for tomorrow because I'm going to hop off for right now. I do hope you guys enjoyed this little stream here. I know it's kind of random that we're working on the Space Banshee and Space Phantom, but let's be honest, they're cool as fuck, and it makes me happy to work on them, and it's recovering my burnout. I know that might sound weird because I'm working on something, but working on something like this, for some reason, just fills me with obsession and joy, and it's awesome. So I hope you guys do enjoy this. We'll continue working on this tomorrow. It'll be really fun, and we'll keep going. I gotta give a huge shout out to all of you, by the way. All of you for just, first of all, being here and chatting. Thank you for that. And I hope you join in tomorrow. 6 p.m. Central is usually when I start. But also a huge thank you to everybody who tipped. The daily tip goal got obliterated. We got a bunch of new memberships from the gifted members. So thank you for that. And thank you to everybody who super chatted as well. Tons of super chat. There's been a lot of support this stream. You guys have been amazing to me. So as always, thank you. I really do appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central. I hope you'll be there. We will hopefully, with all the lessons we learned from the Space Phantom, be able to really quickly do the side turrets. God, I hope. But I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Bye-bye.